Hello, everybody. It's Friday night. Kind of an unusual thing we got going here. It's Friday Night Pub. So welcome Last Dance. Got all of 2 people watching. Sorry I'm a minute late. I couldn't hold back from playing a little ripping guitar. My buddy Goon is over there on Twitch probably right now, shredding away. So I understand if you want to go check it out. He's the man. But if you're here otherwise, I see there's a massive amount of people. 2 people. Last Dance, good to see you, buddy. Just working on a Pink Floyd guitar solo from the song Comfortably Numb. The microphone is in the way, but you'll have to just deal with it. Yeah, Strat Attack is right. That's on the hot pickup too. Cup of tea. The hot pickup being the bridge pickup. But this being a double humbucker Strat called the Big Apple Strat, you can also get a really nice bluesy sound on the neck pickup. You can split them right in the middle between, that's half neck, half bridge. So you get kind of a hybrid sound. So it's, see, 3 different layers. Then you have the out of phase positions, which are the 2 and 4. So out of phase has that Steely Dan kind of sound. They use this out of phase closer to the neck. How's that one go? That's right. Something like that. Reeling in the Ears, that one's called. And the other extra quiet out of phase one, which is closer to the bridge, you would be familiar with it in songs like So yeah, Strat's a versatile guitar. Back to the old shredding pickup. So yeah, love this bad Larry, this lady, whatever you want to call it. Fun stuff. That's what you do when you're watching a guy like Goon play for a couple hours while I was making dinner. Had him on the headphones, and just makes you want to pick up the old guitar and play. How much for the guitar? This is kind of a rare guitar. It's got two. Can you see them? Those are. Well, you can't really, but these say Seymour Duncan on the pickups, which is a custom brand. And it is made in the USA. It's a hard guitar to track down. Kind of a custom deal. I got it from a guy who worked for Fender, who still works for Fender. I bought that guitar probably around, 1999, somewhere in there, for $1,000. And around that time, I bought this amp for $500. I bought them 2 states apart. You know, the amp ended up crap in the bed. I brought it back to the guy who's a Fender tech and, that I bought my guitar from, to his music shop, and he repaired my amp for me. Yeah, it's from the 90s. Yep. It was sort of their, yeah, thank you. That flake and the pick guard. Yeah, it is cool. It's a nice guitar, man. Very solid. It's never let me down. Only work I've ever had to do to the guitar was I've taken the 2 screws out of the input plug-in and take this whole assembly out gently. It's got about 3 extra inches of wire, and you can clean all of the input jack, especially the part that the end of the cable touches on the inside of the, no worries, RW, man. We'll see you in a few, and good to see you. And you too, Cup of Tea. You clean out the inside where the cable connects with the guitar, and that really can improve sound. So you got to do that every year. Think about it, guitar cables, that tip is on the ground right now. It's fucking always on the ground with every band, you know, it's just, or wherever it is. And then you put it into the guitar, and it's bringing whatever minute, you know, crap that sticks to it gets into your guitar. So nobody ever remembers to wipe the thing down to clean that part off with alcohol. So if you periodically pull the input jack out and clean it, it helps. And now I'm going to adjust my sound settings so you guys don't hear my fan, because that's probably somewhat loud. And that should help with that. And let me know how my volume is otherwise. So yeah, there's your little guitar thing for the day. And I think I got the word out enough of the people that, and maybe some people got a notification to head on over this way. Tomorrow night I will not be around. Well, I will be. I'll be right here, just not streaming. So, in the internet sense, I will not be around. There you go. Cup of tea. If you do it frequently enough, all you need is isopropyl. I got to get a little text out here to wife. Sorry about this. Yeah, that's it. Good to go. She should have. She should be able to figure that out. Had a tasty meal tonight. No, not that. It's something more complicated. requires some instruction. I'll let your mind imagine what it could possibly be. You probably I got this shirt. You guys can read that. Uranus Locksmith Company. Somebody gave it to me. Uranus, Missouri. So let's turn get a good view of the junk shit behind me. Oh Lord. Got a major cleaning to do tomorrow of this place. It's not going to do much for back there, but it's got to buff out the zone. Been an interesting week, to say the least. Oh, we have a DM. What we got here? Oh, a couple reposts. They don't call it a retweet anymore. Oh, because it's not Twitter, it's X. It's a repost now. That is interesting. Thank you for that, Last Dance. I always appreciate that. Last second thing. Yeah, I heard about that cup of tea. I saw Hayden had posted that on how you doing, Dank Brandon? I see you down there, man. I posted that on X, and yeah, that sucks. He was a funny guy who was struck with a terrible disease, and he lived as good a life as he could, I guess, given his circumstances. And I remember Hayden had him on and interviewed him on one of his live streams. That would have been around the time that he interviewed Count Dracula. And he had a great sense of humor. He was self-effacing, I guess you would say, right? I think that's the word. And it sucks. Rest in peace, man. He lived a troubled life of disability. So, but he certainly seemed to be enjoying life. Yeah, I don't think you're going to offend that guy. He was as solid as they come when it comes to thick skin. Ooh, more tweeting shit going on here, or Xing. I hate this X. I like it, but what do we got here? Ooh. Oh, now happy. Okay, cool. Nice background there. I never used a virtual background on StreamYard. It always says it eats up a lot of computer stuff. All right, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Yeah, he was great. I don't have a ton of other stuff to go over. I did my jam session, so if you guys are ready, we can go ahead and fire this thing up shortly. Just make sure I'm all ready to go here. Yeah, I think we're ready to go. Get the headphones going. It has a catch line. Yeah, you're right. Honestly, I forget what it says. Can I know it's got a tagline on it. If you guys want to, yeah, I can't even get it with the camera. I forget. I know there's some goofy thing on the back. Okay. It's cheesy. right. Yeah, that's it. Right. How you doing, man?
All right. Happy Friday. Non-standard date and time.
Exactly.
But
Standard time,
okay, you're right. Good. Good
but
point.
definitely
Non-standard day.
exactly. I think it works because otherwise, you know, this is it. This is all the only chance I had for it. So
No,
why not?
no. It's for me, retired man who makes sure not to have too much going on. Almost any date and time is fine because
Right.
I got no plans.
Hmm. That's cool. You may go out to dinner on occasion. I know that much, but besides that,
Occasion, yeah.
pretty mellow.
I
I'm
usually
gonna.
get together with my daughters on Saturday.
Hmm.
Not so sure about this week. And my daughter, the daughter that doesn't live here, thinks she might have COVID. So
Mm.
I had to make a quick trip out to get her dog Ralph, and I'll take care of it while she's recuperating.
How do you know Ralph didn't get COVID?
I don't know it. It's not common in dogs, but dogs have been known to get it.
Okay.
But since he doesn't watch the news, he's not panicking.
Let me go ahead and add Dank Brandon in here. Hey, Brandon, how are you?
How you doing, Dick Brandon?
Hmm.
Can you hear us, Brandon? You're on. You're live.
Apparently, no.
Millions of viewers around the world.
I don't think he's picking us up. He hears something,
No, I don't think he is.
but that's fine.
You are live on the Smokesteve television network. Oh, I heard something.
That's me.
Oh.
Oh, it's not the mic.
Oh, I can
No, that
hear
is him. That is him. You're almost too low to hear.
That's
That's better.
okay. How's that?
Much better. Still a little low, but I can hear you.
Are you still back? Okay.
So good evening.
I mean, that's pretty good. I can hear you.
I think he's got McGrandy style delay going on.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many tabs you have open. Do you have the YouTube and the StreamYard tab open?
I mean, I
Yes.
always keep them both open. I just mute the
Right.
YouTube tab.
I think I just saw a laugh, so I think he heard your McGrandy joke.
Okay.
But there is a delay. Let's let him figure that out. And who's he talking about here?
Ralph. Oh, my dog Ralph.
Oh, I see. That it? RALF?
And I spell it RALPH. I mean, that's how my daughter spells it. But
Okay.
he doesn't care how you spell it.
He's the old brown one, right?
No, he's all white. He's
Okay.
white
I'm
as
thinking-
white as a sheet.
What is he?
He's a golden doodle.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So he's got a lot of poodle in him.
Designer dog,
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean-
you know,
Is that a recognized breed? Not that I really give a shit about that.
I can't believe it. It's
No, I've never
it's a
seen
popular breed, but it's not. I don't think it's
I've
There's-
never seen a golden doodle at Westminster.
Thank God.
That's what the dog show is called, right?
Yes, the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show.
And that's also where the queen lives, or the king.
I have no idea if it's somehow related to that, another Westminster. We'll
When
let
I said
cup
it
of
in
tea.
my
Will. Oh, Banksy's there. All right.
when I said it in my head, I was like, "Am I think of remembering like the Prince Charles, King Charles, Westminster Abbey? No, it is Westminster Kennel Dog, whatever the big one every year. It's on a certain day. It's on Thanksgiving Day, right? I believe.
Is it?
I think so. It's after the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. I think it's. I want to say that's the big boy.
Now, see, I always watch NFL football on Thanksgiving.
The Lions.
The Lions and the Cowboys, and then there's a third game now.
Well, the Lions beat the Chiefs last night.
Yeah, and I turned it on, and I didn't I haven't been paying attention. I didn't realize it was the Chiefs versus the Lions, and I said, I'm not gonna watch this. Cupcake. The Chiefs play some cupcake team and dismantle them, and then Lions came back and won. So
it was a good game.
Fool, no, I was a fool.
No Travis Kelce. I'm sure that would have changed the game.
Yeah, I suspect that would have made a big difference.
But he's a very impactful player, and when Tom Brady was tearing it up, he had more than just Gronk. Although Gronk was incredible, you got to wonder, is Kelce everything for Mahomes? Is a lot.
Well, he lost Kelce this year. Kelce will be back.
They say 10 days till the next game. There's a chance he'll be back for that.
You need to have depth in the NFL because players go down all the time. Well, we're like swapping off between Brandon and McGrandy.
And McGrandy was here.
Is this better?
Perfect.
Yeah, very good.
Are you able to hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very good, man. Very good. How you been? How's life?
It's life.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, trying to find a job. Been trying to whore out this coupon code for sponsor that I ended up with off of Facebook. Been doing that all day.
Cool. That's something. Right on. Are you looking? Is it a? You don't have to say what the industry is, but it's a tough place to find work. I mean, is there a lot out there?
I'm a non-ass dude. I pretty much take whatever job I can get.
I got you. Okay, cool. Well, good luck with it, man.
Yeah. I daily fill out applications. I'm trying to find something remote, preferably, if I can. Hopefully something customer service, stuff like that. Something where I can use this whole setup for work as well. But yeah,
cool.
Probably gonna wind up and find some place that I can just work on site at. I don't know.
Sure. Doing like IT, computer type stuff, or customer service, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Out here more than likely where I'm at. I'm like in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee, and so there's not really any call centers out here. So like more than likely I'll just end up in a warehouse job or something.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, dude. Got to do something, I guess, right? There's Riddle. How you doing, man? How's the computer setup? Sounds like you have a decent, is it a gaming setup or streaming?
It's a laptop that I bought just to have something to be able to, surf and stream and stuff like that.
Sure.
I've got my Twitch account hooked up through my Xbox, so I usually, get on that and game or something.
Cool. Yeah, Twitch is interesting with streamers who get a bunch of followers can make like hundreds of thousands of dollars in subs per month. It's really an interesting concept. They don't keep that much. Twitch keeps some, but It's pretty cool. I think it's right there for the taking if you can pull it off.
Yeah, one thing I've been thinking about trying to do, I want to try and figure out how I can cast the. I've got one of those Oculus things, the VR headset, and so I want to figure out how I can cast that somewhere where I can record what I'm doing, and then stream that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see a whole lot of people streaming VR stuff, so figured that would be like kind of an interesting change.
Yeah, I have no idea what VR is like. I've never put one on. Like, is it? I mean, I'm pretty sure you haven't either. Last Dance, right?
I have not, and do not let that fake Last Dance in. That's not me.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Could you see that, Brandon?
Yeah, it's.
You could see. Could you see the bubble that popped up at the bottom of the screen when that person? Or is that only something mods can see?
No.
Okay.
No. I've been seeing the Riddle comments, but I didn't see anything else.
Riddle's got stuff to do, but he might swing by later. Yeah. Hi, wife. There she is. Yeah, you were taking some pretty strong stances last week, which I definitely did appreciate. It was a good lively conversation we had. That was last week. Yeah, it was. It was cool.
I think so. Yeah.
Is that something?
Well, like everybody else, I'm pretty opinionated. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally, man. What's your opinion on Tommy Tuberville? Are you familiar with him? Tuberville?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a piece of crap.
Yeah. I mean, Last Dance, I don't know if you and I have ever talked about him. What do you think about his tactics?
I don't know anything about him. Who is he?
Isn't he from Alabama?
Yeah. Let me get it right. He's a senator, and he's basically blocking what is it called when they give high-end rank to military officials, like when they have to
promotion.
Yeah, but the high ones, when they have to get like a unanimous decision from the Senate, like the commandant of the Marine Corps, the lead guys. Well, he's not allowing any of that to happen because he disagrees with the military basically helping to pay for abortions that are out of state. Huh. So in other words, like the military forces its military, its members, they say, you're stationed here, okay? You're stationed here. One person might be stationed in Massachusetts, another person might be stationed in Texas, say. Yep. Now the person in Massachusetts can get an abortion that would be covered by the military without traveling because it's legal here. Mm-hmm. The person in Texas who has no choice of where they're stationed has to go elsewhere to get it. So there would be some form of reimbursement for that military member, female, to get it. So it's equal to the people who are in states where abortion is legal, which he has a huge problem with.
Well, fuck him, but he can certainly do that. But that's the one thing that should not happen is that the military should not change that policy.
Right. It's more or less just fair because, like I said, if it's available and free and legal to some of them, then they are just making it across the board equal, depending on what state you might happen to be in. Um, yeah, I just
Eventually he'll have to give in.
yeah, eventually.
Yeah, he's an attention whore.
Oh.
He's like just
Everybody
jumping
in the
on
Senate.
whatever.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but Superville especially, he like jumps on whatever culture war thing there is. I think the thing that I remember the most about him is he gave a speech where he was complaining about reparations, and he says they want to give the reparations to the people. What is it? Give the like something about give the reparations to the people that are like doing all the thieving or something like that. And God, it's just he's horrible.
hmm. Now, on
Sure,
the
I can
topic
find
of
that fucking quote. Where's
on the topic of reparations, that is something I don't agree with personally. But I don't agree with his statement. That's for damn sure. That seems like a kind of a ridiculous thing to say. Hey, it's Len H. Hello, Len H. Statement of insanity, says Len H. Cool. Welcome, Len. Do you recognize that name? I don't.
I do not.
Cool.
no.
Len H.
But you recognize many more names than I do.
Let's
So
see.
if you don't recognize it, there's no chance that I will.
Yeah, of course, Riddle. Anytime, man. You don't
Yeah,
have
that's
to
what
ask.
it is.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he said they're soft on crime, or they're not soft on crime. They're pro crime. They want crime. Talking about the Democrats, they want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparations because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bullshit. They are not owed that. Yeah.
Huh.
So Tuberville's a racist.
Yeah, that does sound kind of racist.
Yeah, that's in the racist category. Again, though, I don't agree with reparations, but I do not agree anything at all with what he said. It's like, the ridiculous thing to say, and I can't believe he didn't get censured or anything for that. He just carried on. Crazy, man. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, he forced had backlash. I think they may have held some kind of a censoring vote. I don't think they actually got him censured though. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, as far as reparations, slaveholders were actually paid reparations after slavery ended.
Mm-hmm. Hey, McGrant, can you give me devil horns? They're good enough, dude. Thank you. There you are. What's up, buddy?
Yeah,
All right. Good to see you, McGrand.
thanks. It's nice to have a chance to talk.
Welcome. You welcome, dude. Nice picture.
You guys
I know you took that one.
Wow. I'm dealing with a delay. I got a delay issue on the. Here we go. Talk to me.
Talking away.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
I think that's Riddle. I don't recognize his avatar, but
I'll just have my finger on the button, and
okay.
if there's a problem, I will.
Yo. Hey,
What's up,
can you
Riddle?
guys, what's up, man? Can you guys
How's
hear
it
me
going?
this time? I think I was quiet last time.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You were
Oh,
very quiet.
Yeah,
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Can
Let
you
me
hear
see
me?
if this.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's
So
me.
if
It's
you go to
my avatar's changed, so.
yeah, I'm gonna leave your mic settings alone. I think you sound good.
Now I can't hear anybody.
Steve, I had a fucking fantastic experience tonight, and it was like an angel fucking came into my life. It was fucking awesome. But aside from that, I think you guys throttle my audio because when I'm dealing with drone tech, I feel like I am like a marsupial in in the woods.
I never turn anyone down. I only turn
All right.
people up.
Oh,
If they're
oh,
low,
so-
I turn people up. I only recommend that people turn themselves down, unless, like, sometimes Biscuit's got his face in the microphone and is fucking like just 10 times louder than everyone. I'll take it upon myself in that situation, but I don't use it for nefarious purposes, bro. Never.
All right. So, if I might request a simple. Anyway, just give me 2 minutes. Like that's 120 seconds, right?
That's a long time.
I know. All right, even in 1 minute. How about that,
All right.
Last Dance?
Go for it. You're already down to 40
Yeah,
seconds.
exactly.
Yeah,
Let's
you
go.
killed half the time.
All right. Anyway, it's a pleasure to be here, guys.
Welcome. What you got?
That's it.
Yeah, I
Me?
thought you had something to say.
All right. Yeah, nice to see you, too. Nice to see you.
Hey, RW, good to see you.
Thanks,
There you
guys.
are.
Good to be here.
Come on.
McGrand has a story, but he seems to be unable to get it out.
Yeah, I thought he had something, but
I did.
well, it's
I
good to see you
did.
too.
I'll give it to you. Let me see if it's the first time I've told it because it happened today.
You have 2
So-
minutes.
All right, 2 minutes. I'll even do it in 1 minute. So
Impressive.
I was angry with my wife, and I went downstairs, and I've got a lot of construction going on. I went down there, and this whole area that I go out to, and Last Dance, you may even know it from my old videos. It's like under construction, and there's holes and shit, and I'm watching them. I'm looking down there because I'm a curious person. So I'm looking down and seeing how the rebar, how they're tying it back in. I'm looking at the support underneath it. And all of a sudden, because I'm an old man, I had to take a piss. So thank God on the 4th floor, there's a bathroom over there. I went over there, this guy doing his laundry. I went in there, and I could take a piss, and I came out. And Steve, I saw my old buddy. I'll tell you about him later. He's not doing well. He's like 10 years older than me. He's got chairs set up outside his place. I was talking to him. I was sort of jonesing, you can't see it, but Jonesy.
Weed.
Yeah, and
Weed.
yeah, and he's a Vietnam vet, and he just had like brain surgery and shit like that. He's like fucking recovering. He's out there. I just had a complete debrief, and he gave me we shared a joint together, and he gave me 2 beers. It was fucking glorious, man. Out of the blue. And I didn't have my telephone with me. My wife was looking for me, and I was sort of pissed at her. So it was like the angel like intervened. You know what I mean? Because actually, in the aftermath, it readjusted my wife as well.
Huh.
Sense of loss, wonder. When you're always reliable, what happens when you're not? So
This was when you met who again?
This is neighbor.
my neighbor. Yeah.
Neighbor, oh,
I've
okay.
known the guy
Okay.
for a long time. I've known him. It's not like I met him. I just reconnected
Oh, okay.
with him. He had some medical issues, but with us, I'm 60. I'm 65. I'll be 66 soon. So it was a connection with a. You know what? Fuck that guy, cup of tea. You know what? He's a fucking coward. So I don't even want to entertain his shit.
I know.
So the reality is, he's a coward, dude. So Smoke, I'm not going to even acknowledge him anymore.
That's
The
fine.
reality is that you meet these people in these special situations. I was debriefing about he was like near the Cambodian border, and I did a complete debrief, and anyway, I can hear that. That's why you guys got to turn your phones off, because I can't stand that fucking alert shit. That sound sucks.
Wait, who is a coward?
Cup of tea, he's saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
wow, what happened?
Well, cup of tea, he can cast out his, his information and be a little girl,
Oh,
and he won't show his face, and he won't answer to anyone other than his little.
has he ever been on the StreamYard before?
I think he was on Live Leak, but
Live Leak.
yeah.
Live Leak had a video chat.
Oh yeah, that was Hayden's operation. But in the
What was-
meantime,
He means trigger warning.
no, I mean.
You mean Live Leak itself?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He used to have live shows too.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. He did 16,
So-
1,500 on them at sometimes.
So,
Pretty good.
so the funny thing is this guy can cast out his little. Guess what? Here's reality, RW. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning for that fucker.
No, it's 1:12.
Okay, that fucker is he'll be on here for the whole show.
Which I appreciate.
Count.
Yeah,
I think he loves. I think he loves your reactions.
What? No,
Me
I'm talking
too.
about. I'm just gathering evidence towards my earlier claim that he's a fucking coward.
I don't
Well,
know.
if you
He-
have evidence to support it, I hope it works out.
Them's fighting words. He should join and you should debate it out.
He should join. I agree with you.
He'd be welcome, but he's also welcome to stay in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
come
both.
on, Last Dance.
Why not?
Come on.
Can you summarize real quick what I missed when you were talking about that senator? That I looked into him and I just saw him as a conservative senator. I didn't have enough time
My
to see.
my summary was horrendous and pathetic, but he basically is putting a block to any confirmation of any of the high-end military leaders, like high-end officers that require him as well as other senators to give it a yes vote for them to get in. He's saying no to all of them because prior to the Dobbs decision regarding abortion, the U.S. military would provide some level of insurance towards abortion needs of their soldiers because it was 50 states and they were basically all the same prior to that decision. So after the decision, because the military sends soldiers to different states, not by the choice of the soldier ever, so the soldier doesn't get to choose what state they're in, obviously. So if a soldier is in a state where abortion is legal, they get the same treatment that they had prior to the Dobbs decision. But if a soldier is in a state where it is illegal now, then they have to travel out of state to get it. Then apparently the insurance will compensate them for that loss to make it equivalent to them being in a legal state. If that makes sense, RW.
Well, two questions. Sorry, go
That
ahead.
was how I heard it explained today by the leader of the Air Force, the top brass Air Force guy. So what it's doing is creating huge problems for these families that they don't know what's happening because they think their loved one is a candidate for this next level of leadership, high level officer, and he's putting a stop to all of them.
Why is he stopping him though? Why? What do they have to do with it? Or it's like, is it like his boycotting or something?
This is a way for him to raise the issue of his feelings towards abortion, and this is the way he feels like he makes the most impact with this sort of a protest.
Is that legal though? Is it legal to stop a process in the military from a political view? I guess that would be within his rights. I don't know.
I guess he can choose whatever reason he wants not to select a person for candidacy or to give his vote to them.
It has nothing to do with the person though. That's what's strange.
Yeah, I don't think he has to give a reason. Yeah, everyone knows the reason, but yeah, it's like he's doing it because of this, and that doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a very
When did
strange
this-
way of pushing an idea.
I've actually haven't heard of this until today, so I'm clueless about this, to be honest.
Yeah, it's the first time hearing it also.
I'll have to look into this
So
because it doesn't sound right, at least from what you're like. It doesn't
I
sound
know.
right what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, whether or not your feelings are one way or another on abortion, and I respect them both ways, I don't think this is a way for a person to do that. And he also claims to be like a patriot and pro-military, and this is clearly harming the military. You know?
Oh, it's not
Savage.
It's not
Which-
harming the military, but it's
Which
definitely interfering with what they want to do.
Which I'm all
Right.
for, but if he's abusing his power, then that might be a problem. No, I may
think
share
that would be the
similar
argument, yeah.
values, but yeah, it depends on if he's abusing power. Yeah, so I'll have to look into this. I have no idea. Doesn't
I
sound
beg
good,
to
though.
differ, Last Dance. I think he is harming the military without a clear chain of command. The
Get
way,
'em.
and you know as well as anybody, like
Who
everything
is?
runs in order over there. If he's fucking up that chain of command,
Who
it could have
is?
harmed the military.
Who-
Tommy
Well, I don't care. I don't care if he or any other senator harms the military. The military is always subordinate to civilians, and I don't object when that appears to be
Wait,
reinforced.
Steve, who is
Tommy Tuberville.
Tommy Tuberville? Please
Yes.
tell me who Tommy Tuberville is.
Well, we just talked about that.
Well, just goddamn it, give me a fucking 30-second goddamn debrief.
Okay.
he's the senator
Coming
of
in hot.
where?
From where?
Cincinnati? No, where? No, that's a coach. He's a football coach that became a senator in Alabama.
Alabama?
Alabama. And what is his issue?
Abortion.
Abortion.
I mean,
What do you expect from a goddamn senator from Alabama?
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Thanks.
When are you boys gonna grow up? It's the same old fucking Republican fucking bullshit fucking diversion from what's
Shots
really
fired.
happening. Because you know what's happening in Alabama? You got hungry kids, you got fucking people unemployed, you got a bunch of
Unemployed people?
Oh, no kidding. You know what? You know what I see
They all
every
hunt
day
raccoons.
in California?
Unemployed people? My God, Alabama sounds terrible.
Thank God they're on the Gulf Coast and they haven't had a hurricane yet. They got a couple of years of fucking reprieve. The fact is anything a southern it's a fucking horrible thing in the South.
What
the
is?
whole thing?
Yeah.
It's gone crazy because these
Like what?
people are getting elected are not helping the common man.
Oh, yeah.
And-
Yeah, I know exactly what that's like.
Irony.
And they
That's actually the way they campaign.
stifle all
Dear
sorts
common
of-
man, I am not going to help you. Vote for me.
It works for some of them.
I'm sorry, last chance, I didn't hear that.
It's okay. It really wasn't worth hearing.
No, it was.
Not hearing
No,
has
no,
benefited
no,
you more than hearing.
No, it illustrates. First of all, I appreciate your indulgence because I know you have a control thing here to allow me to speak. Because sometimes I feel
Wow.
throttled.
I don't. What do you mean control thing? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm just
Why don't you
saying,
just shove a leash up my ass?
I think Migrande wants to fight.
you're right, maybe.
Yeah, I think Grande. Sometimes
You're
he.
right there, Dan. Pleased to meet you, by the way. Never
We
met you
we
before.
can't see your hand because you have the.
I know.
the background
It's
now.
too late for pleasantries
Let's
now.
do it this way. Pleased to meet you.
Grande, you do tend to come on with a little. You tend to come on to the show lubricated, Which is-
Absolutely.
which is totally okay. I have no problem with that, but it does make you a little argumentative sometimes, right out of the gate.
You know what? You're absolutely right because I've been reviewing in a sober state a lot of my earlier participations on the panel. I like that because I use that term panel because Aphid who had put that up when he was talking to Drone Tech, the abuser and the dominator of the whole fucking conversation. Anyway, in retrospect, it is much more
You
clear.
make it sound like a bondage and discipline.
No, I'm just saying that I'm a humble guy here, man. I know I have my weaknesses, and one is I drink a lot.
Didn't
Humble
you
as
say
pie.
you wanted to line up 200 people and put them to the wall?
No, I was no. Oh, actually, thank you, Riddle, for actually remembering that shit. That's good.
Yeah, Riddle brought that up on other areas of the internet. I happen to notice.
Wow.
And he,
Wow.
what were you calling him, Riddle? What were you calling him? Old guard. Old guard.
Old guard? God, that is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
called you.
That is
Oh yeah.
actually,
I said you thought like the old guard. You think like the
What?
old guard.
You know what? That's one of my favorite books. In fact, it's part of the HBO series.
Hey, by the way,
of the
How do I? Is there a
Pacific.
way I can? I apologize to interrupt real quick. Is there any way I can fix like the? I'm getting like choppy connection here. Is it just on my end, or is this a StreamYard thing?
It's just
You
on your.
Sounds good to me.
Just on my end.
You sound super clear
I mean, like
on
the
our
video.
end.
Like I can hear you guys, but it's just coming in too much. I don't understand. Is there a setting I need to change on this for me?
What do you mean coming in too much? What exactly does that mean?
I'm sorry.
You said it's coming in too much. What do you mean by that?
It's coming in like choppy.
Oh.
Too choppy.
That sounds like
yeah.
internet.
All right, Riddle, let me ask you
It
something.
probably is my internet. So I'll try my best. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Ashley Havoc was just here. Ashley, you could come on back if you want. I think I know who you are, but I know who this guy is. So,
How you guys doing?
All right, good to see you, man. How was your week?
It was outstanding. How was yours, Last Dance?
It was pretty darn good.
We get no complaints.
And we got some rain last night. And even though I'm not a farmer, I like to see some rain.
Oh, I thought that was a drug reference.
Yeah,
you
he
guys-
Right.
he does look that type.
I don't make drug references. I am straight edge. I don't. I drink. That's it.
He doesn't even eat red meat.
Nope, I don't eat red meat. I don't eat meat
white meat or brown meat?
or any kind of meat.
You're right.
He's not racist towards meat.
He sweats when he has honey.
Oh, he's like
Exactly. I have to
he's
get.
like, he's
have to
like
get a-
Archie Bunker when it comes to meat. He hates them all.
Archie Bunker rocks.
Dude.
Oh, yes.
By the way, Aphid, I need to respond to Riddle.
Oh yeah, go for
Oh,
it.
Okay, that lining up 200 people, and I think you guys can give me that, right? Lining up 200 people. I was talking about the January 6th assault on the Capitol building, and I did say that, but I think you're taking it out of context because these people were actually trying to subvert the actual legal process of transfer of power.
So how did I
So-
take it out of context?
No, it's the same thing, dude. And you know that.
Well, let me ask you this, man.
Wait.
Oh.
Stop. Give me the fucking time. right?
Okay.
You know that Douglas MacArthur actually cleared the World War I protesters who were protesting because their pensions were being violated. It was Douglas MacArthur. Okay.
Okay.
And so the point is that when you assault all right, Steve, please, you know me, I'm an old man, I'm in the corner bar, I'm sitting in the booth, you're talking to me, have a little patience. The point is that when you attack the very essence of America's sanctus, transfer of power.
Sanctus?
Sanctus. That's what we say in Fort Lauderdale. Sanctus.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that flat?
You know where I learned that from? Tomato Boy. These tomatoes are sanctus. Yeah.
I mean,
And
the
point is
it
that
was hyperbole. It was hyperbole.
No, exactly. All right, thank you. You have relieved me of my burden.
You don't think that 200 of them or any of them should have been killed, because they shouldn't have been.
I'm just saying, and actually, I said it was taken out of context because I said it is a miracle that they were not.
It sounds like it was taken exactly in the context in which it was intended.
That's what it sounded like to me.
You
said that's what you would do.
Yeah, I did. And thank God I wasn't in control.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
You know what I don't understand is they were these insurrectionists, they got everywhere they wanted to go. How is it that they were not able to prevent the transfer? How did they fail?
Well, there was one particular door that when people went through, they got shot, so they decided to stop pushing at that point.
Is that how they failed?
Yeah.
I think that had something to do with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
RW, and that leads into my argument of, thank God.
So beyond that door
More bloodshed.
was the inner room of democracy where you could where the levers and the controls were, and if they could get in there, they could turn the lever from Biden to Trump. That's where it was.
That was
Dude,
the curtain that
you know
trying to
what?
get-
I am really, really, really upset that you don't recognize what happened to those public officials that were in there. You know
What
that?
happened to them?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about people who work for the fucking senators, the pages, who you don't hear the stories of people locked in rooms who were abandoned and they were terrified by an insurrection. And this is kind of shit you don't
Like
even
AOC.
fucking realize you even think about. Because you all talk about the guy out there, like that drone text guy, the fucking Republican government's fucking focus. You don't talk about the terror of all the fucking common people, civil servants, just
Do you
like
think
you,
they-
Last Dance, at one time. Civil servants, maybe cops, people fucking terrified by insurrection. This is fucking a wrong thing. You cannot diminish it. No,
You're
drone tech is not here.
using
We cannot
circular
diminish
definitions.
We
You're
cannot
defining
diminish-
insurrection in terms of the people who were doing the insurrection.
Dude, John Booth was the same fucking thing. John Booth did it.
Didn't he
I
assassinate?
was on John Booth's side anyway. But
Yeah.
the fact
Did he
is,
assassinate a Republican?
I thought he shot somebody.
John Booth? No, John Booth, you're right. I'm
John
wrong.
Wilkes. John Wilkes Booth, yeah.
No, I got the wrong guy.
I think it's
talking about
McGrande's
the,
mic that's choppy.
No,
Yeah.
no, not Chappie. Last Dance.
Well,
The
No,
abolitionist.
him and his insurrection's a bit choppy. He needs to get some
No,
help
the
for his
abolitionist. Oh, John. What the fuck? All right, I'm gonna have to check it out.
John Wilkes Booth is the guy that made the seats for pubs, right? He
No,
did
John Wilkes Booth killed Abraham Lincoln. That was my mistake. I'm talking about.
When you ask for a booth, you're really saying you're supporting John Wilkes Booth.
All right,
Right.
I'm gonna check it out. Let's see.
You're just saying you're all for insurrection.
Now give me
No,
a
I'm
beer.
not for insurrection.
He's gonna say erection.
I was making a comparison.
Confused.
All right,
Who said that? What American politician? I know his face. He's that bald guy with not much hair on the front.
You're talking about me, man.
Yeah, he said he said erection instead of insurrection, didn't he? Who was
I don't remember that.
Don't you?
No.
It was one of the Democrat bigwigs, not Pelosi. It's the
I think
male
the guy
version
that
of
was
Pelosi.
responsible for erections was,
Oh.
Hey, did you guys know she's running for re-election?
oh dear.
Really? I thought she was
Yeah.
not gonna.
No, she just announced she is.
Yeah.
Who, Hillary?
Blur when
That's why
she said it.
that's why I'm drinking tonight.
Well, she needs more of that insider trade money.
Oh my God! It's such an outrage. She's got
Respond to the cues. You
got Mitch
dumbass.
McConnell
Fuck you.
who looked
Mitch-
what? Who are you talking to?
Mitch McConnell needs to go too.
What's going
His
on?
wife.
Yeah, come on.
Let's see.
McGrande, go on mute, man.
I was just trying to find a video that's circulating around Nancy Pelosi's daughter talking about the QAnon shaman. Has anyone seen that video?
No, I haven't.
Nah.
She says he got 41 months. He did nothing. It's pretty intriguing that that's
Yeah.
how she feels.
That's the same woman that made the documentary about the insurrection or something like that.
Yes, and this
Yeah.
footage is from behind the scenes. Someone filmed her with their phone saying that. Just interesting.
Yeah.
Did he do something? Did he do anything?
No, not really.
I'm pretty
Not
sure,
from the
I'm pretty
footage.
sure he didn't look like it.
Tucker released footage of him, and it was basically he was like there was doors being opened. He was led in certain. He
was
that's
escorted by police.
Yeah, he was
Well-
escorted by police. I mean, obviously, he shouldn't have been in the grounds.
He didn't belong there, so he should be.
No, I understand.
A crime is, but 41 months.
Well,
No,
they
that's-
believe he didn't get as big a sentence as they were expecting because Tucker then released the footage of basically him wandering around, talking to guards, not fighting anyone, literally having
if the shaman got months, how come the Proud Boy president got like a decade?
22 years. 22 years, yeah.
Well, he went to trial and lost, so that's always a negative.
I understand that, but what did he do that warranted 22 years?
I didn't actually read the indictment, nor did I follow the case specifically.
Oh,
he was convicted of seditious conspiracy.
Which is
he did like the QAnon shaman. I guess he didn't do anything beforehand to really plan it out to gather together a group or a crew. I think that's maybe what they said was the difference.
I agree with you as well, Steve. But I would have suggested if they had any really, I mean, at least they suggested that they're going to release his texts or his social media private messages if he's got anything like spicy in it, which I doubt. But
they have to give us.
I presume it would be like he's organising it from afar, which is a proper stretch anyway. But they must have some sort of DMs somewhere.
If that's the case, he can do it from prison, just like the Aryan Brotherhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't put him down as a big problem, you know. Full stop. The Proud Boys. So,
I mean, I would say you could cut down their sentences by 75% and they would still be adequate. You know, that QAnon guy could have gotten 10 months to a year. I mean, he shouldn't have been there. It was stupid. And you could give that Enrique guy, I don't know, 7 to 10?
Well,
I don't know. What did he do? I don't really know what he did.
Exactly. I'd like to know what he actually did. I reckon, like you said, they're doing it because he's a boss of an organisation, but at the same stage, I don't reckon his DMs.
Yeah, but they're using Minority Report type crimes to put him in jail almost. It's not.
Yeah.
It has a very strange vibe to it.
It was Schumer, okay.
Well, people are getting convicted for even questioning the election, aren't they? They're actually saying words like traitors. So that Owen Schroyer from InfoWars.
Owen Schroyer.
Yeah, for actually...
He's probably got like a lifetime worth of court cases coming up. Him and Alex Jones, they're just going to be in court for the rest of their lives. And they're never going to pay any of it, so they can still play the same game. Whatever.
So he took a plea deal in the end, Owen Schroyer, but basically they were doing him for... He was calling, I can't remember who exactly, but he was calling them traitors and tyrants.
Well, you can't get convicted of calling someone a traitor. So
well, that's what they were. That's what I was hearing from my sort of angles, saying that basically a reporter, whether you like him or not, can now not criticise elections. That's what he was. He was. I can't remember who it was too, but it doesn't really matter, does it?
No.
But yeah.
The erection for short.
I'm going to literally put it down in a minute. Erection, insurrection.
I'm willing to call it the rection. I'm not going to call it the erection. So that's my compromise.
Who's bacon? Okay, nobody is bacon. Okay.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Let's not bring bacon in because we don't know who it is.
Well, bacon, you'll have to show yourself, Bacon. Oh?
No. He's not showing anything with that. That's a negative. That's a porn bomber, dude. I can tell already.
Well, you should probably try. I mean, just see.
Yeah, but bring him on. Bring him on for the lols, and just when he does it, just then say the rock formation.
He went away.
Formation.
Wait, but then I kicked him off and RW went away at the same time. Was RW sharing That, and when I kicked it off, RW got kicked off too.
I don't think so.
Did you just ban RW?
I don't think so. I don't know. It's a funny
You should.
the way this works.
I think you should.
There you go.
RW's cool.
We got the erection top right.
I'm
How you doing, my granddad?
good, man. Peanut butter and apricot jelly. It's pretty good.
Okay. Thank you for showing that on camera.
Oh, that's good. That's a
So
good sandwich.
it was John Brown I was talking about. I apologize.
Ah, John Brown.
You know when I have these mental farts, it's like you got to clear them up right away. You know what I mean there, Uncle Lip, don't you?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
The old wet brain. Oh, Lord. So, Aphin, what's your thoughts on
Yeah, exactly.
Enrique Tarrio getting the old deuce?
I really don't know enough about the situation. I mean, it seems excessive. Was he the one that wasn't even there? One of the guys wasn't even there, and he got.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
That's questionable. Whether it's not like he was there on camera like the shaman. If Tarrio was like the shaman, he'd be a fucking life in prison, dude. He'd be fucked.
Yeah,
you know?
but he wasn't.
I don't think he was there at all. He wasn't even in the same state.
Yeah, they would have a video of him there if he was there.
Yeah, so you do think 22 sounds high as well? Yeah, I mean,
but I honestly haven't paid attention, to politics at all.
I have an
Really,
opinion
really.
I have an opinion on that.
You feel like you missed something?
Can I just
Me?
add something?
No.
I
feels
want
so
to be
much
up
better.
front. I want to be up front with you guys. I think he was overcharged. The guy was not there. It's like the Chicago 8. You guys know that story? It's like, it was the Democratic National Convention.
I certainly know the story.
That was when I can't remember the guy, a CBS anchorman got his ass beat.
Microphone test?
Well, I hope so. It's working. I'm happy.
Dan Rather?
Yeah, Dan Rather got his ass beat in 1968 at the National Democratic Convention.
By the cops.
Yeah. It was a Democratic convention. For all you right-wing guys think that Democrats can't sing it.
So I seen a story today about Laura Loomer, the right-wing journalist. She was contacted by that Viking guy, who is now on parole, by the way, of all accounts, because he's served so much time.
Jacob Chansley.
Yeah. So he contacted her and said to her that there was Ukrainian Nazis at the G6, which sounds a bit like, but there's now been confirmation via photos of one chap that definitely seems to be some sort of Ukrainian acid of some government, and he was on grounds, and there's photos of him on grounds.
You mean January 6th?
Yeah, Laura Loomer just released it today, and she said that.
Oh man, I've seen these photo things where people say, "Look, this photo is exactly somebody else, and it doesn't look anything like him, and there's no evidence it ever was him."
Well,
is it that kind of a photo?
On this occasion, I would suggest it is the person that they're saying it is.
Well, I'm okay.
So, are you suggesting? I'm just.
Well, what Laura is?
Are you suggesting that the Ukrainians were involved in January 6th?
What Laura Loomer suggested that there was Ukrainian Ukrainian agents trying to infiltrate the Trump sort of movement, and obviously cause hassle and be aggressors. So that's what she's claiming. Check it out if you want to last dance.
Who is this that's claiming this? What's the person's name?
Laura Loomer. She's a right-wing journalist.
The last name sounds familiar.
Never heard of her.
Yeah.
Have you guys been paying any attention to the Paxton impeachment trials over this week?
No, I haven't.
Not
I'd like to
much.
know a little bit about it if you do.
Yeah, no,
Leonard
I've been watching
Paxton?
for 3 days. Huh? The
Plaxico?
the guy, the assistant. No, I don't get the joke over my head. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm just talking crap.
The Attorney General of Texas.
Yeah, so for the last 3 days, from what I've understood, there's 3 witnesses that were part of his main office, his like top level deputies, and they're blowing the whistle on the Attorney General because he is. They believe that he is in criminal activity with bribery and stuff with a guy named Nate something. I can't remember at the time right now, but they're trying to prove that he went and did shady things to help this one guy out instead of just the public. And so they're slowly releasing information, and they're going to get into his mistress and more stuff as time goes on. But it's been interesting to watch because the witnesses are all lawyers. So some of the witnesses are really good at stopping the lawyers from their bullshit. But it's also the judge's first time ever being a judge. So the judge isn't stopping anything. So it's a very interesting trial.
I'd like to hear from his mistress.
I'm curious if they'll bring her on. That would be interesting.
And who exactly is he again?
He's
Who
the
the fuck
Attorney
knows?
General for Texas.
Interesting.
The state attorney general. Dude, are you in Texas?
No, I'm not in Texas.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're saying it's a state attorney?
It's the
Or it's a state attorney?
The elected Attorney General of Texas.
Yeah, because the whistleblowers went to the feds.
Clarification.
The whistleblowers went to the feds, and they're being demonized for it. So I am curious to see if he's guilty or not in the end, because of course you have the blue side, uplifting the whistleblowers, and the red side like slamming them for being, shitty people.
It's always quite sad when the whistleblowers are getting attacked.
You know, it comes down to RW. If you take an oath, especially with a civil servant, anybody in the government. I mean, like guys like me, I was never a civil servant. I never took the oath, But if you're a civil servant, you're in the military, or anything in the government, you take an oath, and it's to uphold the Constitution. So,
right.
And it requires that you have to fucking squeal when the time is right, or if unless you're under contract, as Last Dance knows.
Riddle, are you familiar with this case out of Texas?
Attorney General?
Yes.
I've heard about it. I haven't followed any of it.
No. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you with this one.
Yeah,
I'm
willing to listen.
We need some real input on this shit.
But it's always concerning when the whistleblowers are getting fucking attacked and like threats, and
Yeah, because if he didn't do anything wrong, then let the feds do their investigation, and there's no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the thing on all levels. Like, if somebody did something wrong, I don't care if it's Trump, I don't care if it's Biden, I don't care if it's his son or the Attorney General of Texas. Let the legal process go forward and not be interfered with. Just let them do their job. I don't know.
The problem is the legal process in America, especially with like Trump at the moment, just seems to be just a good joke. The law applies to some people and then don't apply to other people. That's how it seems.
That's pretty fair.
Which is another sad state of affairs. And like I keep on talking about whistleblowers because they're very, very important. Because when these whistleblowers are getting attacked now, that will prevent other whistleblowers from coming out from whatever industry or and
right. They're accepting the death of their career by saying we're going to get together and we're going to do this, but as soon as we do this, our career is done. So it better mean something.
They're not supported, are they? I mean, they need like sort of central support as well, so that they get financially.
It seems like they're able to get other jobs more than the federal whistleblowers. It seems like the federal whistleblowers that were on a couple weeks ago, they got hosed, and without donations, they would have been bankrupt. So I
I
think
guess we should put cup of tea to a wall then. We're all thought criminals.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
is that what he said?
Well, let me ask you this then, like McGrand or whoever to the room. The judge set a Trump trial date as March 4th, which is a Monday, one day before Super Tuesday.
It's election interference. That's basically it. It's just total election interference.
I think he
mean,
should just have a Zoom call on the witness stand so he can do both at the same time.
I mean, it's obvious what it is, isn't it? Even to people that on this panel, I know there's some people on this panel that never really supported Trump. They might enjoy the theatre of it all, but they don't support him. And even people on the panel I know here have quite openly said this is just rotten. It smells. It's stinking.
Despite if people like Trump or not, if they televise that court case, no one's watching debates.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, look at the ratings of when Trump was on Tucker during the Republican debates and how many views that Tucker interview got. Jesus.
I saw it at 200. No, what was the highest number you saw it at? It was million. It was hundreds of millions.
Multiple hundreds of millions.
It was 200 million, and they reckon about 30%, 20 to 30% watch the episode. The rest just flick through. So even if it was, say, 20, 30% of 200 million, so that's 40, 50 million people watching it.
Yeah, and like the premiere, there was like 9 million, which is a huge draw for a TV show, and he was pulling that on friggin' Twitter interview.
I thought he would pull about 5 to 6 million on his nightly Fox. Isn't that right, roughly? I think.
Yeah.
So he's getting more than he's getting on Fox, and it's just him. Simple. Yeah. A simple
I will
reader,
say,
camera, and a decent mic.
I think that was a sound interview. He did the right thing by having Trump there. It was good timing. I think the interview with this recent guy that he had, who's this con man, who's a known con man, coming and spreading rumors and tabloid shit about Obama, I think that was in bad taste even for Tucker Carlson. I know he isn't held to the highest regard, but I don't think that was a great look, man.
Well, I mean, it's not the first person that have said about Obama's sexuality, is it? And Big Mike, of course.
Something about Tucker Carlson going on Twitter and doing news from there somehow seems to be a catalyst for the breaking away of the world watching mainstream news. It's instead of you turn the TV on and you turn to the channel, now it's like you go on the internet, and because we've been doing it already. I think most people here go on the internet and pull
you get normies doing it now, isn't it? You get normies doing that now. They're going to come onto
almost
Twitter
like it was
to
a
watch
catalyst,
Tucker.
and I'm curious to see if it plays out or if it's just in my head.
Yeah, I get your point. Well, I agree with you.
Yeah, totally. This recent guy, case in point, on my side, a person who I do follow on the internet, who has his own issues. I think he's pretty entertaining. Dave Portnoy did a Tucker Carlson interview, and it just so happened when he did that interview, this other guy who had the supposed homosexual relationship with President Obama was there, and he met the guy, and Portnoy gave him a very, very bad review. He didn't like the guy. He didn't trust the guy. That was just his one man's opinion, but I don't know.
I mean,
that's an interesting topic, because I find it's because to be honest, if Obama is gay, who gives a shit, right? But I find it funny the reaction of the left on this topic.
Yeah, they're just getting offended. The left are just getting offended and just go, no, that can't be right. That can't be right. But we all know about Big Mike.
I'm offended too, because it's obviously a lie.
Seriously.
I mean, Obama is a successful, handsome, healthy-looking young man. He's not going to be having gay sex with some crackhead like that who's, some. I'm not saying even if it were any truth to it at all, that wouldn't be the guy.
Well, according to that chap, it wasn't him that was smoking the crack. It was Barrack.
Of course, that's got to be part of the story because people look at the guy and say, "Nah, not you."
I find the reaction funny. I don't find the story necessarily 100% believable. I just find the reaction funny.
Yeah. It's like the guards. This can't be true. You can't be living a lie.
My offense comes to the fact that it seems like literally like the National Enquirer tabloid bullshit. I think Tucker is, even though it's Tucker, should be a little above that myself.
That's what I was thinking too. When he was fired from Fox, the first video he did was talking about how the news lies to you, and he will not do that. And this is like his second interview. It's total shit. Just some guy, there's no reason to believe him.
Okay, last dance. A journalist is there to report, but he's not getting it third hand. He's getting it first hand. He's getting first hand, statement from the so-called direct person involved.
Thank you,
so he wouldn't be a journalist if he didn't actually pay any attention to that.
Are you sure? Are you sure there aren't 98 million people who could be interviewed saying, they had sex with Obama?
Exactly.
Is he going to interview all of them?
Well, there's an awful lot of things that tie up with it. A lot of data, all the data tying up from what he said.
Don't use first.
Kind of like Nancy Pelosi's husband in the same regards there.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, yeah, I get your point, David. I get your point.
That was Welshman, you were dancing all over that story.
I was. I'll admit it.
In fact, I think I said if you later on see that it wasn't true, if you would, make a video apologizing for spreading that rumor.
Apologize for spreading. Have a word with yourself.
I mean, I don't know.
Apologize for all the bullshit he spread. He'd be making videos all day long.
Oh yeah.
Some things I know and some things I don't know. I don't know Obama's sexuality and I don't know who he had sex with. But I do know that no matter what his sexuality is, he didn't have sex with that guy.
Well, we know he smoked crack in the past, didn't we?
We don't know that. We know he smoked marijuana.
No, he's admitted smoking crack.
I don't think I recall that.
Obama?
He didn't inhale.
Isn't
that's a different president. Sorry.
Brilliant though. The fact, it's kind of brilliant though in the fact that he got a reaction out of people. We're talking about it now, aren't we? And look how people are offended just by the concept.
That's like a Trump tactic.
And the media have just ignored it.
I'm only offended that somebody would listen to that asshat.
And I'm only offended. Exactly.
Hey, can I do a sound check? You guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Very loud.
Oh, good. Thanks, babe.
Apparently, mine doesn't turn up. I don't know how to fucking turn it up.
You have to be turned up by a mod.
You can turn you up. Here, I think I'll tell you.
Turn me up there.
I
told you.
Wait,
hold on. Hold on. Let me tell Riddle how to fix this. Hold on.
Right.
Okay, Riddle. If you go towards, if you hover the mouse at the bottom of the screen, do you see where it says settings?
Yeah. You put your right foot in.
Click that. Now go to where it says audio.
Wait.
And then unclick automatically adjust mic volume and adjust it right beneath.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
No, you're saying reduce mic background noise.
Well, we haven't got echo. We haven't got echo problems.
Is that a little better?
And considering Steve's found out that echo.
Yeah, but you might just have to shout.
Changed everything.
You got a bunch of assholes that want to jump all over you when you're talking.
Ashley,
how's it now though? I turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, Ashley, you're not on the show, so
actually
we've had a lot worse.
Sounds good, man.
All right,
but I gotta ask you, Aphid, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm done.
What happened?
I hear you loud and clear.
So, Riddle had a topic that was segued sort of. We were talking about Texas and what's happening there with the Attorney General. With them getting slammed for holding the immigration crossing. If you want to talk about that, you have better than I do. Hey, Goon.
Yeah, I was just a little bit of that topic because I think that Obama. I'm sorry, Obama. Biden's trying to push the Remain in Texas Act, something like that. That's happening because the New York City mayor, Eric Adams, I believe his name is, is starting to complain about a mass migration crisis, which he did claim that is a sanctuary city. So it's a little bit funny. And by the way, I do live in a sanctuary state, California. So it's a little bit hypocritical to do all this kind of stuff when you can't really afford it, knowing that you can't. But now you want to make it remain in Texas.
Yeah,
it's a little fucked up.
Because it's very funny watching the Democrats squirm. It's like you said, especially that in New York at the moment. Even the View were cursing them out, saying they got to get out of New York. They don't want them in there, man. Get them out of New York, for fuck's sake.
They promoted that. They literally promoted it, and now it's happening to them, and now they're complaining about it like drastically. It's a little bit weird. It's funny. It would be. It would actually be. It would be funny if it wasn't actually sad, because it is actually.
Yeah, but I watched the 3-minute clips, and he could be some Republican the way he's speaking at the moment.
I think someone call him someone would probably call him the black face of white supremacy, because I've heard of that with Larry Elder.
But a year ago, he was going, "Oh, we got all our doors are open. We'll deal with it. It's not a problem." It's a fucking major one now. I mean, in the UK, for example, I know it's a liver split. 2,000 come over 4 days.
That's good.
Via small boats.
That's good.
Yeah, which is funny. I mean, not funny again, but it's like it's concerning because the government officials assist them doing it.
Yeah, damn right. Here. Saving lives, man.
Saving lives, saving lives, yeah, saving lives. Yeah. And really, those lives that they're saving, are they really respecting the culture?
No, because they come into the country, and the first thing that the government have got to do with them, they've got to house them, and there's nowhere to house them, so they house them in hotels. They block book hotels.
Yeah.
Welcome to Mariel, 1980.
Welcome to 2023, dude. It's fucking different.
Yeah, no, it's not different. It's the same thing.
Oh, it's different.
Same
no, it's not different. It's
maybe the same concept. No, but
it's just a greater. No, you cannot, dude. You cannot cast out that experience that was learned from those events.
So let's learn from that experience. What's happening?
Exactly.
Can you summarize?
You know what we did? We put them in the Orange Bowl.
The Orange Bowl.
The Orange Bowl. It was a big football stadium in the middle of Miami.
Oh, really?
That's what we. Yeah.
Okay. How'd that work out?
Well, it worked out. What was I'll tell you how it worked out. We had a big spike in violence. We had the Colombians were using the Marielitos for their army. They recruited them locally in the Miami area.
Yeah.
I thought.
Wait. Let me give you the history. It'll be done quick. And then
about that,
we had shooting. We had massive. Every day on the news, there was an automatic fire exchange in Miami. It was like cowboy time. That's what they talk about. Colombian cowboys, remember that? So what ended up happening is, they caught all the guys, and half of them got sent to jail in Louisiana. And I got to tell you,
hello, Ashley Havoc.
I think they're still sitting there. They served their sentences. They got sentenced to 30 years, and they were so violent that Cuba would not take them back.
Yeah, so how did they get here?
To export them. No, to export them. So, or deport them. And so what? There's still
Colombia
guys.
Wouldn't take them. I'd take international aid of
Dude,
Colombia.
there's still guys sitting in Louisiana right now who have served their sentences and they can't be released.
All right, so what's your point?
That's what we're talking about, immigration. But the rest of them, that's a small part. That's a small part.
What's the rest
of them? He hasn't got a point.
The rest of them assimilated, got married. If they were hot chicks, they married American guys, and they made their new lives, man.
Thank you.
That's what happened. And that's what happens in America. And I feel sorry for you guys in Europe because you're not used to that.
No,
Not used
there's
to
a
that.
whole
That's
thing.
not.
What
That's
do you
not
mean
true.
we're not used to that?
Don't be talking down to them.
Have
No,
you
I'm
seen
not
that
talking
Europe?
down to them. I'm telling them
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not used to the
I live in
American
Europe.
experience, especially in South Florida. And Steve, you're not used to it, and you're not used to it either, Last Dance. I'm talking
You're
about a
fucking
guy
crazy,
on the
dude.
ground experiencing fucking 60 years of fucking immigration. And my
Have you ever been to the UK?
No.
Let me just give him some hard facts, okay? London is currently 38% white British.
Thank
Okay?
you.
Birmingham is now under 50% white British. So is Manchester.
Wait,
Like, what are
Base.
you fucking talking about?
All right,
You
I'm
have
talking
no
about
idea
this.
what you're talking
Well,
about.
right, so you can give me 30 seconds. Base, you are in England or Welsh.
No,
You're in Great Britain.
I'm in Wales.
I know you're a Welshman.
I'm in Wales. It's a
I
country
know
on
you
its
are.
own
I
called
apologize.
Wales.
But forgive
part
me.
of the
Give me the
Union.
30 seconds, God damn it. You live in the empire. You are living the result of the empire. Make
What are you on about?
the world England. Make the world Great Britain. So
If we invent
no, you
ourselves
reciprocated.
from the world,
You
this is
reciprocated.
something up to the globe.
Why do you?
Yeah,
Why do
that's
you-
something the globalists and our governments invite in our country. It's not.
All right.
It's not a reason why because we were an
but
empire.
Base,
This
you didn't let
happens.
me
We
finish.
allowing it.
No,
Hold on,
you
let me
didn't let
just
me
see if
finish.
Ashley's here. Let me see if Ashley's here. Ashley, are you in
Is
the
that
room?
Goon?
That's
I'm in the
random
room.
good.
Can you hear me?
Yay, Ashley.
Yes,
Yeah.
we hear you.
Hello.
We got it. Ashley and Gooner. What's up, dude?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
No,
Yeah.
say it again.
No, loud and clear. You're good.
Okay. How are you, sexy motherfuckers, this evening?
Well,
Good.
they're doing okay, and I'm doing okay.
Goon. Have you watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Goon?
Yeah, I love the comics.
All right, because
Yeah.
from now on, I'm going to call you Master Shredder.
Why?
Why?
Because you're the player.
Dude, you've been shredding ridiculous stuff. Dude, he did the solos from Led Zeppelin. Like, I don't know what your percentage would have been, but it was a 90% probably at least. So anyway, I just wanted to give you
Oh, he
clout for
shreds the
that.
guitar.
Yeah.
It's great. Solid. Good
That's very
streak.
kind of you, dude.
He
Good to
shreds
see
all
you.
15 of them.
It was
I mean,
awesome.
if I played for
right,
like the rest of the 16 minutes, it'd be like shit afterwards. I'd be like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed.
I've seen you drunk and tired, and you're still hit. So. Stop being so humble,
Wow.
man.
No,
Absolutely.
you guys over there, man, I gotta really hand it to you. Really, good to see you.
Good seeing you, Grande.
Yeah,
And,
if it was
and
me,
welcome,
I-
Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley.
Hey, can you still hear me?
We can.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
welcome, Ashley.
Too loud
My
and
sound
clear.
is shite.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
Alright.
had to change the settings.
I can work
Please.
the settings for her. She doesn't have to
Yeah.
do with it.
All right, Ashley, talk to us.
If you can raise Riddle's mic too, that'd be great.
Sure.
Oh, I'm still low. Damn.
Slightly.
Right back in a
You're
second.
just so
I
soft.
I turned it up almost fully.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go.
Riddle, I think I spoke to you before, have I not?
We're going up to 200, Riddle.
Yeah, Migrande, I believe in the UK, we've imported, I think it's 14 million in about 17, 18 years.
Yes.
So that's
14
what
million
we've,
what?
I can do
Sorry.
something about
For the,
this.
for the new
migrants,
people.
migrants, whether economic or whether refugees, 14 million.
Or you're talking about including legal immigrants,
Yes.
which may be British citizens from.
So last year
Some-
it was 1.1 million last year was.
I
think
wonder
there's
how
meat
many
in that
were
thing.
British citizens
It's extra
from
meat.
the empire.
Sorry, they're not all British citizens from the
I
empire.
know. I'm just saying. I wonder how many of them were British citizens from the empire.
I would suggest a quite high percentage, but a good fair percentage. But even so, it doesn't give anyone the right to just move in with their family and everyone else.
If my point is I said it was a legacy of the empire.
What
Look,
was
we need to just.
what
the
was
fact of the matter is
we ruled the
we need
majority
to
of the world, and then we can't protect our own borders, and we're an island. Is that what it is? Is that
No,
what it is?
no,
we need to stop and protect our borders. It's as simple as that nowadays.
Yep, that's it.
It's a strange argument that we wouldn't want to do that.
And everybody who says because you were an empire, this is like you're just desserts. It's nonsense.
No, I'm just saying,
You see this? You're seeing it as saving lives. It's not saving lives. It's diluting the voter base. It's diluting everything that you have. It's diluting culture.
That's correct.
Oh my God!
It's an attack. It
isn't. You know what it is? It's riddle. It's a fear of diversity. You know what? In 20 years, in 20 years, your kids will be eating fucking Middle Asian food.
Yeah, but that's not
because these people will not get jobs. They will start businesses.
I really hope
my parents
that invading my country isn't like that in 20 years in Britain, because all we'll be doing is throwing shit out into the streets and not giving a crap about the world.
Correct.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are you disenchanted, random?
No, it's because the type of people that come into this country don't give a shit. First of all,
I know.
Second of
I know.
all, they just throw
I know.
their shit.
I went through it. I went through it. I went through it.
My granddad says, "Are you afraid of diversity?"
No.
But he's just made that valid point. He's just made that valid point.
He did.
And then you're going to come back with some other bullshit left.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to give you some experience. Please, indulge me. Indulge me.
Stop it.
I saw it when you... Wait.
Because I'm
I saw it... Wait, no, babe. Random. I saw it when the Cubans came over. It was like fucking shock, man. These fucking families, they were driving around. They were throwing shit out the windows. We weren't fucking littering shit. We didn't do that. They were throwing shit out the windows. They didn't know any better. But
it was a culture shock. I went to Central America.
In 20 years,
it
changed. It changed.
Yeah.
It changed.
I think
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. You guys, listen. I'm giving you. I'm like an alien.
No, McGrandy, there's a massive difference. Let someone else speak for a second.
Sorry,
there's an ideology. There's an ideology difference.
Give me 20
difference.
seconds, base, please.
Hold on, McGrandy. You keep saying that, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta take a breather, man. It's a conversation back and forth.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So there's a main difference between the Colombians.
I'm not going to talk anymore.
Okay, well, just jump in, but just don't continue. Look, there's a main difference between Colombians.
Don't let me finish, Based.
You don't stop. There's a main difference between Colombians.
I do stop. And I'm going to stop right now.
Who are Christians or Catholics and other ideologies. Okay? Completely different.
Right.
So the assimilation is easier.
Yeah, different cultures, man. Different cultures, different religions.
Have you guys seen Fargo, the movie Fargo?
Yes.
There's that one scene when they're...
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
I love it.
The two guys are heading up to do the kidnapping bit, and he's like, total silence.
I like the wood chipper.
Silence. Because the one guy won't talk the whole time. And McGrandy's like the little Steve Buscemi character, because you see how you like it now, bud. I'm not gonna say a word. He just keeps going. Total silence.
You know what?
From now on, no words at all.
You know what?
I never saw it.
You know what? That hurt me, Aphid.
What makes it even funnier?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
It's almost. So it's hard.
It's a great character.
Yeah, but was it because I referred to you as Steve Buscemi?
No.
Well, let's
because you don't think I shut up.
I think that was well, you don't, and I also think that was a good diffusion of the situation. By the way, I saw that.
But Aphid's right. And I don't shut up.
Oh, I could give a reference of YouTube base. So.
Yeah.
Now we do have a new person here on the stream. I'd just like to welcome her in. 20 minutes after she showed up. Hi, Ashley. How are you? Good Thanks for coming.
Welcome, Ashley.
Hey, Ashley.
Nice.
Ashley.
She's killing it tonight.
Ashley was there.
Total silence.
Nice chin avatar.
Everybody has to be quiet. She has to
That's
speak.
the other person in the car, Aphid.
I think she has cats.
He just wants pancakes for the third time.
She has cats. I'm going to bring them to the microphone.
Look at that cock's
she's
face.
just,
It's got business on the mind. He's like, I'm
So,
gonna.
if I can give you guys a background on Ashley, she's, I believe, she is 45 to 55, and she lives.
Wow, you start with her
She said
age.
44.
It's like you never ask a woman her age, and you're just like, I think
Next,
I mean, you know,
age
that's
is
why,
not serious.
why don't you violate HIPAA next?
Yeah.
Age is wisdom.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
Be
figure out
chat.
her
Right,
age.
what's a bra size? I mean, come on. What is it? DC?
Anyway, she lives in the backwoods of Kentucky, and she's like, she brought internet to her house, and she lives secluded, and she's like really
Oh my God.
really knowledgeable
Hey,
on a lot of the world stage. So
You
We're
got awesome.
talking to you, Ashley.
Oh, no, we could hear you then.
Oh, man. All that intro, and it kicked her off.
I guess I built
Maybe
it up
she was
too much.
offended by
She's a
that.
very
She's
interesting
like,
mind.
she's like in her early 20s, and you're like, yeah, she's 45 to 55. And
No,
she's like,
I think she
oh my God, I'm out of here.
You can
There's
only violate HIPAA. You can only violate HIPAA if you're a medical
Two
professional.
I know.
Aside
one of
stuff
two
over there.
things just happened.
Most Americans don't even know that base.
Okay,
Yeah.
she's back.
Auditing, innit? Auditing.
So I was going to say
That's
one
right.
of two things happened. She's completely disgusted and will never come back, or she had technical issues or something else. But she seems back already. No microphones or devices yet, and now devices are back. Now she's back. Ashley Havoc, how are you?
Please introduce yourself because I failed miserably.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Totally.
I need to do a cell phone commercial.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
God,
let's do it.
a cell phone commercial. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you got
Are you doing this on your phone?
Yes.
Okay,
All
well
right,
that
cool.
works.
Yeah.
Cool.
It clearly does not.
I like the idea that you said, can I do a cell phone commercial? And it was like one of the things that is live. And I'm like, can you hear me now? And she screamed.
Yeah, that was a
They're like-
Verizon commercial.
Ashley, is that your
This is
chicken
me.
in your avatar? Is that your chicken?
It's a cock.
No.
Steve.
No.
Rooster?
No, it's a hen. It's a
It's a
hen.
beautiful cock.
Oh my
Don't lie.
It's a hen.
Tell me you live in the city
It's
without
not a
telling me you live in the
cockerel.
city.
It is a hen.
Cool.
She's a country girl.
It's the most beautiful
With
cock I've ever
Tyrannosaurus
seen,
Rex
Ashley.
arms.
It looks like someone cosplaying. Is that?
Random Bruv can't tell because he can't scan down lower.
No, yeah, that's it.
So,
Right,
so
right.
Ashley, you getting ready for the fall?
Wow. Yeah.
I mean,
I
autumn?
do love the way that her profile picture, that the little bits on the end that looks like little like
Looks like a
dinosaur
T-Rex.
hands. Like,
Yeah, it's like a T-Rex arms and shit.
yeah, right. You see that too.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Buck, cock.
I mean, that poor T-Rex, he was all legs and head and tail, but no arms.
That's why he was always so angry. He was always frustrated.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't reach down, bro.
Can't reach anything.
Might have had something to do with his extinction.
I'd be pissed too.
That too. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, and then they say they turned into birds. Birds are all winged. What the fuck happened to T-Rex? His wings got
Yeah.
tiny, but his... I don't know.
Yeah,
I
science,
have little
man.
muscle man arms that go on them as well.
Oh, cool. Is this your friend's
She look.
chicken?
No, that's the lady I ordered the arms from.
Oh, I see. So it is
Ashley.
your chicken.
Yes.
Oh, cool. I'm a chicken.
There's a
fry.
delay.
What are you going to say, Aphid?
Oh, I was going to ask her how'd she find the show? That's what I was going to ask her.
Through
Jones.
Someone was kind enough to link it for me in the main chat.
Drone tech server. She's a drone
I absolutely love your voice. It's so adorable. I don't know why.
Oh, God.
It's probably because
A Welsh man likes my voice.
Welsh, wait there.
No,
I'm
it's
Welshman.
I'm not
the
Welsh.
random one talking about.
He's like, don't you call me
I thought
Welsh.
he said he was from
Don't
Wales.
you call me Welsh, girl.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
there is a
fine.
guy from Wales.
You're
There's
confusing.
also,
You're confusing them. You're confusing them, sweetheart.
there's also
They
I
all
thought he said he
sound
was from
alike.
Wales.
Yeah, I am. I am
They're-
from
they're-
Wales, but you were talking to someone from England. You got us confused. That's a couple
well,
of
all those Brits
It was
look the
Breville
same.
said it. They all sound
Oh,
the same.
I'm terribly sorry.
That's all right. It's
they
all right.
all
It was an
sound the
innocent
same, that's
mistake,
true.
but for my granddad calling me English, you better curb that sort of behavior.
I could actually help Ashley if you want me to. Because
No, you can't.
She
Can
doesn't need any help.
yeah, hell yeah, Ashley.
Oh, yes. I'm in bad need of help.
All right, Ashley. So
Welshman is English.
yes,
Welshman is English.
actually, I'll leave it to Random. He's going to do it. Random Goon is articulate, and his accent is understandable by most Americans. Whereas Based, I'm not sure.
But we need to understand the clan war.
But my accent is not understandable by most Americans.
Well, I was willing to intercede on their behalf, but I will leave it to them because Random is going to explain right now. Go ahead.
He already did. Okay.
All right.
Ashley,
Everyone here
you mind just saying, like, you don't have to say anything specific, maybe a state that you're in, so we can kind of link it to your accent?
Kentucky.
You can't tell?
Yeah.
Georgia.
Kentucky.
RW already told us.
Yeah, she did. I was cheating
I
there.
didn't hear him.
King Tuck.
Grandy didn't actually get the point.
Yeah, you do sound like I follow a channel on YouTube called Kentucky Ballistics, and you sound a bit like, even though it's a dude, you guys have the same accent. So I can
Wow, you sound like a dude. How do you feel about that, Ashley?
I have heard that before.
Yeah, I said that before.
So let me ask you this, Ashley. Do you understand the phrase "a pig in a poke"?
Yeah.
Of course.
See, now I knew a guy from Kentucky, and he used that phrase all the time. I had to ask him, "What the fuck is a pig in a poke?" And I don't remember what he said.
You don't know what a poke is?
No, it was like a bag, wasn't it? It's like a bag.
Ashley, he never raised
on a stick.
Yeah.
It's a bag on a stick.
Oh, okay, like in the cartoons when someone would run away.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I only know
enthusiasm.
Yes. I only know that expression from the movie National Lampoon's Vacation because the game show that they went in is called The Pig.
Oh God.
Yes.
I didn't remember that.
It is, Steve. Yes.
Yeah.
Well remembered, dude.
Man, you got a memory for that.
We watched it yesterday.
Remember the British guy? Remember the British guy? He's eating the sandwich.
It's actually on right now.
No, I do.
Other tab.
It's like, yeah, you have the Americans from the Pig in a Poke game. He's like this dirty English guy running the hotel. Just totally slimy place.
Dirty English guy.
Oh, dude, do you
They all
remember
look
the
the
hotel that has like a communal bathroom, and then Chevy goes and takes a leak, and he climbs into the bed with the wrong woman?
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
How much did he have to pay to use the toilet?
I think it was included with the Pig in the Poke prize, the grand prize, communal toilet. Hilarious movie. One of the all-time greats.
No, here it's more like a barefoot person wearing bibbed overalls.
Okay.
I got a visual.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Ashley, what's the weather like in Kentucky?
Slowing dance down.
Overalls.
Both straps engaged, Ashley, or one engaged and one unbuttoned hanging down? Like, what's the look?
the come hither hillbilly look.
It's ladies' choice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to go. I watch a show called.
How much does he look like he wants to molest his own tractor? I mean,
there's a show called.
There is a song. There's a country song.
Really? No, you're shitting me now.
That says she thinks my tractor is sexy. There's a country song. I promise.
Oh, I bet there is.
Play it next Friday when he does his live show.
I need to hear this song.
Holy shit.
It's Friday.
She thinks my tractor's sexy.
I hadn't thought about that name for 3 or 4 years.
No, it's not Stacy.
I need to
Lacey.
hear that song.
It's
I love
Lacey.
David.
Lacey hates people. LHP.
Yeah, she was from Ohio. There's no way that's her.
It's not her, but I hadn't thought about that name since Hayden was around. Man, she was cool. Oh, I've League days. She was
Well,
all right.
We call people from Ohio IFOs.
What does
Idiots
that
from
mean?
Ohio.
Idiots from
Ooh,
Ohio.
Idiots from
Harsh.
Ohio.
They actually
Yeah.
get their own. Like the state is so special that you actually made an acronym for that state. Like,
No,
why is
they're
it that
fl-
state?
They're fleeing. They're running
Yes.
away. Anybody,
Well, why
that
would they-
look, anybody in
Illinois and
danger
as well.
runs south. You follow the water to the ocean. That's
No,
what you do.
no, stay out of here. Stay out of
Yeah.
here.
There you
Believe
go.
me, I'm in Florida. I know what you mean, Ashley. Stay out of here.
Oh, God. I feel so badly for you.
Yeah, they're all coming down. We can't stop
Crazy.
it.
They're
It's
sucking
crazy.
up all the retirement homes.
No, they're just.
Oh no,
Take
no,
up all
no!
the
They're saving,
America.
saving lives. They're
Florida.
saving lives. I thought
Oh, my God.
Diversity.
saving
Florida's
lives.
just
Saving lives,
crazy,
dude.
man. There's this
I mean,
place called.
McGrandy would agree with me. Not all diversity strengths.
There's a place
Anyway,
called
right
Holmes Beach over in Anna Maria Island, north of Tampa, I guess. And it's a vacation community. It's a beautiful place. Now they want to put up a fucking parking garage for 2,000 cars.
Wow,
Oh,
that's my mom and dad's favorite place. I'll have to ask them if they know that.
Steve.
Why am
Steve.
I thinking of the song Big Yellow Taxi?
Wait,
Put up a parking lot.
listen,
Ooh,
Steve.
blah,
Can I tell you something personal?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. I have been to Anna Maria Island. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I was a little boy. I actually have a fucking blanket. Still,
to
this day. Wait. Randall. I was probably there when I was like 8 or 9 years old. I'm an old
You
fucker.
got the
I
same
still have a
blanket
fucking
since you were
blanket that I
8
stole from the Holiday Inn before we went to Anna Maria Island, and we spent a weekend there, and we went with a bunch of Cubans that had just come over, and they were just like, we went there, we rented a house for like 4 days, and it was awesome because it was the first time I saw dolphins on the water.
Yep.
in the ocean, and it was completely different for me from the Atlantic. It was the Gulf side, so it was
it's
really fucking cool. And we stayed in the house, and the fucking I like cats, by the way, and the guy who rented us the house, there was a stray cat that was like a fucking, like, he must have been one of those Maine Coons. He was a big boy, and he greeted all the guests. And that's a memory that I had on Santa Maria Island when I was probably about 11 or 12 years old. There you have it. You have the floor. Thank you for your time.
No problem. I was there this year, and it's still beautiful as ever.
Yeah.
Wait, I wade down the beach at like waist to chest level with the shirt out over my shoulder. My little girl swims behind me, and it's just,
good for you.
I can't imagine a more beautiful scene.
Dude,
man.
it's beautiful.
And it seemed like it was reasonably priced still for when my parents rented a place for the whole family. They got a massive place for a realistic price. They were stunned.
It's fucking peaceful, man. It's quiet. And I don't remember how we got over there. I think there's a bridge. There's only one bridge to get over.
Yeah, it's a long causeway, Florida style, like a 3-mile sand embankment with a little highway in the middle.
It was
and all the cars are parked on the side. Everyone's tarping, fishing, drinking beers.
Yeah.
That's when you see that, you're like, yep, we're getting to the vacation zone.
Yeah.
Like all the Floridians line the causeways. They're all getting wasted and fishing and swimming.
I got to tell you, in my day,
Sounds like a good place to go. I need to go here.
Yeah, it's fucking
it's
beautiful.
awesome.
It's beautiful.
There's
Although I still think fishing is the most boring thing you can do in the world.
No!
Oh, so fucking boring.
No!
I used to watch my
No
dad
way.
do it, and I was just like, oh, I could have
Oh, dude, you know what it is? Fishing is an excuse to eat hard-boiled eggs and drink beer at 5 o'clock in the morning.
It's an excuse to get
You
away
guys
from
need to
your
go
wife.
bare hand catfishing.
Well,
Go bare hand catfishing.
Bare hand catfishing?
Okay, there you
Yes.
go.
Yes.
Google
with
it.
Bare hands, just like diving. And...
Yes.
No, you go around the
Actually, that
dumpsters.
sounds exciting. I like your style, actually.
You literally catch cats. It's fucking awesome.
No, you put the bait in your hand, then reach into the murky depths, and it latches onto your entire hand. But they have no teeth.
Just do some cow pushing. Cow pushing's good fun.
Cow
We call it cow tipping.
Very large. You're talking about very large catfish.
Yeah, but what they do have,
To be
Ashley,
honest,
is
in
they-
Wales they have red light districts in like sheep fields, so you know.
What the catfish
We call
do
it cow
have is
tipping here.
They have the catfish have a layer of
Walk away for a
sandpaper on the top and a layer of sandpaper on the bottom. So when
They
you
do feel
reach your
rough.
hand, yeah, so that's the thing. If that fucker is big enough and strong enough, he ain't letting you get back up to the surface. It's a little scary. You're trying to pull those fuckers out of holes like in the mud and the riverbanks and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Noodling, I've heard it referred to as.
Yeah.
That reminds me, we used to go crab fishing. It's like the same thing. You just like dig them out the ground and fucking grab them.
Really?
Just rip them up and throw them in a bucket. Yeah.
You just
I think
do it
he's
so
talking
quick
about
that
prawns.
Huh?
Maybe,
Crayfish.
I don't know.
No,
Crawdaddies?
no, just crabs, just crabbing. It was
Real
called
crabs?
Crabbing.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you just grab them and fucking throw them in the can, and then like you cook them later.
Okay. That does sound like fun, actually.
Yeah, you see, I like it when it's more physical rather than just sat there with a rod in the fucking water and going, "Well, this is fun." Yeah, I'll just sit here for ages holding this.
Yeah, that's what I love. That's my jam, dude.
Why? Fucking.
I like to stare at the ocean.
It's
I mean, I
cathartic.
get that. Okay, ocean, but
It really is
over
cathartic.
here it's just little lakes and stuff. You know, it's not anything special.
I could stare at a little lake. That'd be fine. It works. As long as I know there's fish. The thing with the ocean, it's big. You have stuff coming by.
I used to respect you, Steve, but now I know
yeah,
your
well-
small brain.
Lately, every time I go, the same seal seems to pop up in front of me.
Smooth.
I swear to
Oh,
God.
sorry, smooth. Sorry, yeah, original.
I'm gonna throw out a weighted treble hook and give that seal a run for his money. That son of a bitch. Sorry, that would be illegal. I promise I won't do that.
Son of a bitch. Cast out.
The
Did they
Marine
taste good?
Well, the Marine
Did the
Mammal
seal-
Protection Act would make that like probably a felony, and I would never do
Yeah,
that.
but
But
Yeah, but hypothetically, did the seals taste good?
they're probably very fishy. The Inuit and the Alaskan Indians and all those ones,
Wait,
Canadian
you
Indians.
ate an Inuit?
Those guys love seal, but they're not white people. They're not England, white folk like us. So they
Oh, fair
wouldn't-
enough, right? So you can eat them all, right? Okay, got you.
Don't they eat the fermented fat? That's the delicacy.
Fresh fat, fermented fat, they like it all.
No,
bro.
I think they lied about whales and stuff. They sell them for what the
That sounds like something a French person would come up with.
no maybe.
French person.
Snails,
The delicacy.
fish eggs.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
a
it's a delicacy.
Their delicacy is literally
just
seal.
taking
They don't have
seals and just selling
Yeah.
their skin and
What
stuff.
are we talking
rather
about?
than-
Norway or?
They call it a
Well,
delicacy
I mean-
and they eat it, but they really don't. They just
Northern
sell it.
U.S. or above Canada.
They eat all that shit in the Faroe Islands, I believe.
No.
They eat all kinds of crazy stuff over
Wait,
there.
you're talking about the Inuit people eating their native food?
No, the Faroe Islands, the Faroese, I believe that's like a wasteland between northern England and, I don't know, Last Dance, you can look it up. But over there, they herd pilot whales with all, like when they see a pod that's close to shore, they'll direct them into this cove.
Yeah.
And they'll fucking cut them up with these huge.
I know. I've seen it.
You've seen
It's
it.
fucking-
This was on Live Leak and all
I've
that.
seen it. It's fucking insane.
The whole bay is red.
Yeah.
It's red. That's right. It's like blood instead of water.
And guess
now
what?
their excuse is that there's like 6 million plus pilot whales in the world, and it's a completely thriving amount of whale bio weight of that animal exists. So that you don't have to worry about them killing a couple hundred, because this is a species that's prolific all around the world. So
What, Steve? Are they eating them?
oh yeah, they are a harsh climate. They kill them, eat them. Each one gets like 30, 50, 100 pounds of steaks. They put them in their freezer. That gets them through the winter.
Their life expectancy must be like 45, though.
Dude,
they live forever.
when they're whaling.
Forever. I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, they're whaling.
It's
They're definitely whaling.
FAROE or EO.
But Steve,
They actually sell a lot
Steve,
of that
most
shit
of the time,
to China.
Unless you're in the
They don't
Aleutians
eat
or
it.
the upper, by the North Pole, they're for food. Most it sounds to me like they're using them for their fat.
What? Sorry, Steve. What's the name of the island, real quick?
Faroe, FAROE or EO. I'm not sure how you spell it.
Just put down pilot whale harvest bay, something like that. You'll see it. It's just
Well,
like-
despite the biomass available, it still sounds like bad form, because we used to do that with our bison, and you saw how that turned out.
Yeah.
Well, what place?
But again, these people only do it within 5 miles of their island. They don't go out and cover the whole plains, so they have a very localized hunting area.
But Steve, if they have red hair and they're not indigenous, I really think it's like fucking blasphemy, man.
Dude,
Being
there's
racist.
There's a great food review show where it's called the Best Food Review Show Ever on YouTube, and he goes and tastes. I'm sorry to say this, but they actually kill.
Say it. It's perfect. man.
They kill Flipper up there. They kill fucking Flipper, bottlenose dolphins.
Speaking of being racist,
okay.
did anyone did anyone see the footage
What?
of the line for the house viewing in Ireland?
Oh yes, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I like
Did you
this.
see
It
any
sounds
white
pretty-
people?
No.
What is it again? The house viewing in what? Ireland.
Ireland, yeah.
What house was that? Were they viewing?
It was a family home, I believe, and the line stretched for over a mile for the viewing.
Okay, so
viewing
it's real
as in
estate
someone
go.
that
It's
passed
real
away?
estate. It's going up for sale. Are we talking about?
Yeah, thank you.
No, it's they're housing association houses, and it's basically all being given to migrants. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
But did you actually
In Ireland?
Yeah, brand new houses.
No white.
No.
Brand new apartments between like 3 beds, 2 beds,
But
1 bed. And
did you
the whole
guys-
estate's brand new.
Yes.
Did you guys see that bit where, like, they got a load of immigrants that just come off a boat, they put them on a bus, they shipped them to Northern Ireland, and then they like let them off, and they're like, "We're in the middle of nowhere," and they all started complaining because like there wasn't near a city or anything.
That happened here. That happened here.
Yeah, they were in
That
the middle of
happened
nowhere.
here.
And they started complaining.
How did
and
it happen?
kicking off.
Ashley, explain.
And it's just like, why wouldn't you be happy if you're trying to escape something terrible? Oh,
Exactly.
because
Let
it wasn't.
Ashley explain.
They're not.
her comment.
Because they wasn't. Yeah.
That happened here.
precisely.
How did it happen, Ashley?
Okay. There have been 2 hotels here go defunct from lack of business. We don't have government housing per se. It's a bunch of trailers, mobile homes.
Yeah.
So they brought immigrants in on buses, and they were going to put them up. They refurbished the hotel rooms. They hired a contractor, refurbished the hotel rooms, and put the migrants in the 2 hotels.
In Kentucky.
Yes, in my hometown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever met any of those people?
Sounds
Since
familiar.
then?
No.
Yeah, no.
No, but we have local immigrants here. We have local Hispanic immigrants who come into the community. They mesh well with us. They're family oriented, and we know them. We go to school with their kids. I mean, our kids go to school together.
Exactly.
But these were not those people, and they claimed that they didn't speak English.
Well,
that's the first thing to do. Don't speak English because they can't.
Yeah, in the UK, there's 550
15
hotels.
years, they're all going to be your brothers. I'm going to make a peanut butter sandwich.
550 hotels that are fully booked out to house migrants, and over 50,000 are in these hotels.
It's happened over here.
Running costs of £6 million a day.
Well, Welchman, it's happened over here, and the problem is even worse because I live.
Where's over here? England?
Near Skegness.
Yeah, UK. Yeah.
They're in hotels. People are coming over and then going right back home again because they're seeing the state of what's going on around here in the hotels that they're staying at.
Because
this happened locally. This happened locally in 1990, or in 2019 it happened, and within a year, before the lockdowns, they were all gone. They complained there was no Wi-Fi, no services.
You're talking a little loud, Ashley. You're starting a red bar. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Turn me down.
Don't worry. Hey, one sec. I do have to go, guys. It was nice talking. I gotta run though. Thank you guys.
Thanks for chilling, Riddle.
Nice to meet you, mate.
What about now? Does it sound okay now?
You're
good
better. You're all good.
I think you'll be fine, Ashley.
Take care, Riddle.
Anyway, yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, but hey, Goon, you're fucking awesome. We spoke before. And
we did. Yes. No, I remember. Yeah.
I'm the same person. Yeah. Anyways, it was nice to meet you guys again. Last Dance, good talking. Aphid is gone, but he was cool too. RW, once again, thank you. Welshman, it's good to meet you. I think this time. I think this is the first time. But yeah, we'll see you again.
All right,
thanks, guys.
Take it easy, dude.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. I've been shouting because I didn't think you could hear me.
It wasn't a big deal. It's just I don't want. I wish I personally could control more on this app, like you can on Discord.
Yeah, I
instead
know.
of asking an admin.
Control levels of other people.
Well, no, it's treating you guys like a phone call, and it's not letting me put you on speakerphone, and it's not letting me use a Bluetooth headset or anything. I can't.
I know.
I can't modulate it because it's treating you like a phone call.
Shoot, we lost
You're
Riddle?
right. Yeah, he had to go.
He had to go, man. You were too busy getting your fucking margarita or whatever you got there.
Yeah, someone mentioned
Mojito.
Gin and soda. Gin and soda.
Gin and tonic.
No, gin and seltzer.
Oh,
no tonic.
Seltzer. Oh.
Did
I'm
someone
in my car
mention
right now,
Skegness?
having peach moonshine.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so
Goon shouted it out.
Is
You're driving drunk?
No. I'm just sitting in my car.
Let me ask
In
you
the
this,
yard.
Ashley. Is that peach moonshine something you bought from a Shiner or from the liquor store?
From a Shiner.
Oh, man, I want to
What the
get
fuck
me
is a
some of
Shiner?
that. Damn,
What the
that
fuck is
sounds...
a
He
liquor
does
store?
Blackberry, too.
Yeah,
He does
what's
Blackberry,
a liquor
too.
store?
Shiner is someone who makes it themselves, brother.
Yeah.
Out the backwoods.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I get you. We make our own scrumpies and stuff.
I feel like Smokesteve.
You have to be careful, though. It's not regulated, and it will make you very ill and possibly kill you if they're irreputable.
Oh no! Right. There was a place around here near me called Boston. Yes, same place as Boston in America.
Boston, Lincolnshire. Yeah.
But Lincolnshire, and there was a bunch of Polish people, and they would like bring their own fucking vodka.
Mead?
The whole
vodka.
place blew up one night. And it was like 30 seconds away from my place, from my mate's
It was
place.
an act
It's
of
like,
God.
fucking, this thing was like huge, like it was like a fucking mushroom cloud. It's like
we don't get like shiners in the UK, but like you were just saying,
oh, we do.
in Cardiff, we had it was the biggest vodka fake vodka operation on the market. And when we found out what it was, they were faking vodka that was called Glen.
Were they buying the labels and the bottles and putting it all
Yes, they were
together?
faking it, but instead of faking Smirnoff, they faked a really cheap budget vodka, right? There's
Well, that's how you would get away with it.
Well, yeah,
because a lot of people would buy it because they know what Smirnoff tastes like. Maybe you know. So I immediately thought, why didn't they go Smirnoff? But they went for like the budget brand, and they just flooded that out. It was flooding. I knew there was fake vodka going around. Because it was like it got into pubs and everything, you know.
How'd you like it, based?
Yes, it was just funny. I always found it funny, and I understood why they done it in the end by not going to like Smirnoff. They went to just the cheap one.
This isn't Russian standard. Like... This is Ukrainian standard vodka.
Yeah, it was like Ukrainian standard vodka.
Well, here it's less of a money-making scheme and more like a family business or a cultural experience.
A cultural experience of
this was no.
I'd say there's both. Ashley, there's the ones that run the business.
I've always wanted to do a run myself, but you want to have good equipment, and it's an investment. You don't want to buy some piece of shit from Amazon for $100. Try to make some rock gut. You got to buy a good still from an American-made company. They sell them. It's kind of like
they have a serial number though.
This is
how
people
that's the thing.
This sounds exactly like how people justify buying an Apple computer.
You need sugar cane.
I have an Apple computer.
No, I know you do.
I'm talking about. He's talking about rum.
That's one thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it all. I've seen
you
guys
need sugar cane, buddy.
You can do sugar cane, and they put the long sugar cane stalks in like a press, and they squeeze all that sugar juice.
It all comes out of molasses. My buddy used to run a tankers from in the Merchant Marine from Jacksonville down to Puerto Rico. Believe it or not, they don't grow enough sugar down there. You would bring molasses down there so that they
we call it molasses.
Molasses, you know.
Molasses.
Yeah, well, however you say it. You know what I mean. They bring it down to Puerto Rico and they turn it into rum. I was always a clear rum guy. And then
I totally agree. McGrande, actually, the first time I agree with you, yes, clear rum is better than dark rum.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, but there is a rum
fruity motherfucker, and I don't care.
There's a rum that starts clear that they don't add spices to, but they do age it in toasted oak barrels like a whiskey. So that is good rum as well. So that would be considered pure rum, not spice.
Called?
It's just aged rum.
What?
Aged in barrels.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That is very good. Now, when you're right, when it comes to spice rum, make it yourself. Buy clear, get some anise, get some cloves, steep it, do
it's
it
the
up.
Same with me. Like, if it comes to like whiskey, Japanese whiskey is the best.
Probably.
Right.
I do love some bourbon, but I can't.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I gotta tell you, random. I love sake. Sake.
If you want bourbon, if you want bourbon, you've got to get it from here.
I know.
It's only allowed to be called bourbon if it's from Kentucky.
We all know that.
Yes, yeah. No. I know.
Personally,
I totally agree. I absolutely hate Jack Daniels.
That's Tennessee.
Me too.
That's whiskey.
Yeah,
that's whiskey.
Worst whiskey.
No one in Kentucky drinks Jack Daniels.
Yeah, good for them. Fucking.
I like my favorite of them all is
like Wild Turkey is one of my favorites.
I should drink that one.
My favorite is Maker's Mark.
Yes, that was the other one I was thinking of. With the it has like the
melted.
melted red.
Yeah, that wax will burn your hand like a mofo.
Oh, yeah.
It's so smooth.
Such a good
It's so
fucking
smooth.
whiskey.
It is.
Maker's Mark on the rocks with, I'm talking a teaspoon of water, maybe 2 teaspoons. That's all you need. That is smooth.
I'm saying no, but like there's one called Yakashi, I think, and it's so smooth.
Japanese?
Japanese. It's so good. There's one called not Akira. It's something similar like that, but
Akira Kurosawa.
Akisha, or something like that. I don't know. I'm not very good at the language, but
Was Akira Kurosawa the Japanese animation character?
Yeah, like
Japanese director.
You know what, you guys? I really had a great time
21
tonight.
Ronin or whatever.
I wanted to say good night to you guys, and thank you. And Ashley, it was nice to meet you tonight. And
it was nice to meet you too. What were we supposed to be discussing?
I know I'm just sleepy, so random things I'm talking about. And Last Dance, thank you for your indulgence. And Aphid, see you later.
It was a pleasure, McGrande.
Always a pleasure, McGrande.
Take care of yourself and talk to you later.
All right.
Sleep well, dude.
Take care, mate.
Now, quickly to answer your question.
What were we supposed to be discussing?
Anything or anything.
To answer your question, Ashley, this is like an international pub, and that means like if we were all sitting together in a pub, drinking and hanging around. If I could listen to music,
you wanted
I
to
would.
Say smoking, didn't you?
Yeah. But
No,
if
I thought that was Saturday. I thought it was Saturday was the international pub.
Well, I got my college buddy coming over tomorrow, so this is it right here. And then
oh my,
non-standard day today.
Non-standard. This is also the reason why fucking mosquito. That Drone Tech is going to be doing a stream tomorrow night. So everybody go to Drone Stream if you happen to be free. He loves the
I
all
do
of
like
y'all.
the way that you said to me, do you mind if I stream after you tomorrow? I'm like, fucking dude, just stream whenever you want me.
Oh yeah, I like it to be an even balance.
I'm just glad that you stopped by, and I
It was
don't
a
like
good
that
stream.
you throw a
It was a
really
good
hard
stream.
song at me, but still.
Drop Dead Legs. I feel like you nailed it. The rhythm, Eddie's rhythms are tight, but
Eddie's,
you hit it.
yeah.
You hit it. He's
The
like those
solos, not
single
so
notes, and then like some harmonic pinching. Bump, bump, wow, wow, wow. It's like, but yeah, then the solos come along, and in that song he almost just goes jazz. It's like he's doing weird off-key stuff.
Yeah, it's just It's not
And the
sticking to any
the drummer's his brother, and the bass player and him are like attached at the hip. So like trying to figure out what they're doing when they're freestyling, it's incredible. It's such good music. I love it, man. They have the straight songs like Jump or Panama, and then you get like the Drop Dead Legs or Summer Nights, some of the weirder
now
stuff.
I know who you're talking about.
Hot Teacher is one of the hardest
Hot for
songs.
Teacher, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good one.
That
People
is-
have always argued about whether or not that drum beat is real. It almost seems unplayable.
Oh, it's crazy at the time, I guess, but no,
Yeah.
it's totally a drum beat.
It is that he's doing the double bass.
I remember, was it Fast Eddie, the guy from Motorhead, the drummer? He said that he got into a recording studio and he was just playing around with like a double bass pedal. And he goes, I didn't want to be one of them cunts that just hits double bass pedal and just doing do, 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 do. He's like, I want to learn how to play it before I do it live. It's like, I got much respect for that guy.
Totally. It's a very hard thing
Around
to do
here,
well.
if you're talking about Van Halen, you have to say pre or post David Lee Roth.
Of course. Yeah,
So
for
you get
me,
back.
I like them both. I like David and I like Sammy. As long as you don't get into any of the old Gary Sharon, I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? I think Van Halen became a little more poppy with Sammy, but they were still damn good. Do you agree?
I do.
Sammy Hagar. Yeah.
Okay, right. I've got a question for you. What's the best singer from Black Sabbath?
Ozzy.
Really?
Unquestioned. No question about it.
Really?
Well,
You sound so
Ozzy,
disappointed.
Ozzy Osbourne sang what's considered to be the first heavy metal lyrics ever, all time. Black Sabbath.
No.
Black Sabbath. Off the title album, Black Sabbath, by the band Black Sabbath. The song Black Sabbath is the first song. That's it. That's the start of everything.
Really?
What do they mean by Black Sabbath? Because I mean, the Sabbath is very symbolic. So are they saying
Black
that the
Sabbath? Black Sabbath is the name of Ozzy's the first band he was in.
I understand that. What I mean is the symbolism of the name.
Deep Purple did metal almost to begin with.
Maybe. I'm just saying what I think of it as. But we can readdress what you're talking about, RW.
But yeah, what I'm saying is the best singer.
You're going to say Ronnie James Dio.
Maybe.
Who's the other choice?
Fucking.
This is like discussing religion.
Almost. We'll get to that. That's when it gets very complicated.
We already have our segue.
Yeah, Black Sabbath.
Who? Glenn Hughes. Glenn Hughes. He was a fantastic singer for Black Sabbath.
He's a very good singer. I know him. He's awesome. I just don't know of his work with Black Sabbath. All the Black Sabbath I know is Ozzy, Iron Man, Paranoid, Sweet Leaf.
No, he did the Star. Oh, what was it called? Can't remember.
Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Shall I Go On? Planet Caravan, Solitude, Snowblind. I mean, the songs are endless.
Mama, I'm coming home.
Yeah,
That's
I can
newer.
play them all. They're all good.
That's newer.
That's
Mama, I'm
what
coming
Zach.
home's kind of newer.
That's Zach Wilde.
No, that's Ozzy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Mama, I'm
Ozzy.
coming home.
That's fine though. He threw that in, and I appreciate the effort. Where'd you go, Aphid? You went off to do something?
Oh yeah, I got stuff going on. Life still goes on.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing chores when I was trying to get into the chat earlier, trying to get into the room earlier.
Choring it up? What were you doing? Vacuuming, polishing the china?
No.
So sexist, man.
You close up the chickens for the night, or they'll be vulnerable to predators. And then, since you can't water the crops in the day, you have to water them of a night. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you water crops of a day, it will burn them.
Of course, yeah. You got to water them. I like watering before the sun comes up in the morning.
That's
dedication.
Too. That's good too.
Now, what's your major predator there, Ashley?
We've got a variety. The biggest threat to me personally is coyotes, but in the region we have black bear as well. We've got coyotes. There are no wolves here. There are no wolves.
What about to the chickens? What are you talking, like weasels, fishers,
fox?
No,
fox.
No, their domicile is so secure that weasels and skunks and raccoons are not an issue.
Yeah, raccoons will take out some chickens.
And eggs.
They're hard to keep out, man.
They have opposable thumbs.
Yeah. I mean, they're cool and all, but I hate raccoons. I hate them.
Trash pandas?
Yeah.
Sounds pretty racist to me.
Yes.
I mean, you would like them the first time you saw them, Random Goon. You'd be like, that is cool. They look like the caper of the night with his little mask on, running around. Got his butt pointed up in the air. They're funny as hell, but after you see them for the millionth time in a dumpster and you have to set up a fucking 2x4 for them to crawl out.
Totally. That's so. I've done that so many times.
No, we
yeah, but
have
when you
badgers.
raise them from
That's the
babies,
difference.
when you raise them from babies, they act like cats. Raccoons will act like cats if they're domesticated.
No kidding, huh?
Pretty
They
smart
really
though.
do.
The wild
they're really
covered by
smart.
fleas too.
Ugh, I hate them.
No, here it's more like worrying about rabies.
Ooh, rabies.
Yeah. Any strange animal usually cops a bullet.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. Shoot him. Shoot on sight. Strange animals.
Shoot on sight.
No. Oh my God.
When he walks around, he's constantly like, he's like, "Bring me my 22, boy." There's another strange animal.
22 Magnum though. That's my gun of choice.
Oh yeah, that's good. According to the Slockmaster Tim Wells, that's good enough to kill a coyote.
Yeah.
Well, you have to shoot it in the right place. I have a 9mm rifle. I know it sounds weird, but I promise it's a 9mm rifle.
Okay.
That's
it sounds like it has a little bit of kick, unless it's a heavy weapon.
No, there's no kick.
Okay.
It's not a 9mm rifle round like a German 9mm. It's a 9mm pistol.
Yes, it's a pistol round that you put into a rifle. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I have a 9mm pistol. I've never seen an actual rifle using that caliber, but if it's accurate enough, that you save money.
Right.
It is odd, and I like. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The Mannlicher Carcano that they killed JFK with supposedly is like a 6.5 or 7mm rifle round, which is vastly different from the 9mm pistol round because it has like 10 times the amount of explosion behind it to achieve, supersonic, like 2,000 plus feet per second. So even though the diameter, but that being said, this rifle she's talking about, because it has that long barrel length, it's definitely going to make a bullet go faster than from a pistol.
Yeah, but to what distance? A 22 distance?
No, probably half.
No.
Like if a 20. Go ahead, Ashley. You can.
More like a little mini slug gun then.
Yes, it is. It's very low caliber, no kick. It would be a good rifle for young teens and tweens. It just uses the same rounds that a sidearm would use or a handgun, and there's no kick at all. It's not a traditional 9mm rifle that uses the larger caliber, or it's not a larger caliber that has the kick like he was talking about. And I try to keep.
What did you think of the ammunition costs during COVID?
Well, I didn't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Number one, I'm kind of a prepper. Not like you see on TV, but just general, practical foods and utility items.
I like the way you differentiate, like, not on the TV, not the crazy people.
Well, like when you say that you're a prepper and that you're into preparedness, they picture like giant rooms full of guns and bunkers and things.
I think it's fine to be a prepper. I mean, like, get enough water and shit. If you got a basement, put it down there.
I agree with that.
No,
I get behind that.
That might be an issue if you're out west in the United States, but here you want to focus on filtration more than storing the actual water. It's too much.
Right.
That's if you have access to water in the first place. Some people don't have that.
Right. But no, I try to keep my ammo. I only stock 4 kinds of ammo. I've got some shotguns, I've got some high caliber rifles, and then I have a 38 and a 9mm. And I try to keep my ammo simple to only a few types. And so that's why when I saw the 9mm rifle that shoots handgun rounds, I went for that because I already have a 9mm handgun, and I'm not buying any different ammo.
9mm is still one of the cheapest rounds.
Yes, it is. But yeah, I didn't have to worry about that. All that stuff during the lockdowns and during COVID, I stock it, and that we have a local dealer here who has the machine shop to load his own cartridges and rounds.
Right.
That's cool.
brother-in-law just came and visited last week, and he was just getting into pressing bullets and all the math behind it and the precision and shooting distance and showing the accuracy differences, and it was interesting. I'll never get into it, but it was cool that he was getting that into it.
It's scary to me. I would never touch it. It's like witchcraft. It's like I'm scared to even fool with anything like that. I'll blow myself up.
I don't think. I thought it was very safe.
Interestingly, I talked about him earlier, Kentucky Ballistics. He'll do a type of video on YouTube where he'll be like, all right, today I'm going to blow up an M1 or a Lapua or a 339 Lapua or whatever. And what he'll do is he'll fire a bunch of rounds out of it. Then he'll make a bullet that's exactly the same, looks the same as all the other ones he's using that day. But he's like putting fucking 10 times or 100 times the charge in it. So your ability is there. Your ability is there to overcharge around to the point that you blow this thing up. Then he parks his F-350 sideways and runs a hook around the trigger in 100-foot line and fires the thing away from his direction. This is the guy who blew off half of his neck when he had a 50 cal blow up. Everybody who's seen that one. Fucking craziest video on the internet that year. So he knows not to fuck around anymore, so he does this now. And these guns just explode. And he'll put a ballistic dummy right next to it. And he'll look and see what kind of impact damage these things take from the exploding firearm. But my point being, these bullets he's making look exactly like a 30-06 bullet or whatever the caliber happens to be that he's doing this particular demonstration in. So when you make these bullets, you have to have your measurements like totally exact.
Exact, yes.
Crazy stuff, man.
That's what,
yeah, everything's down to the millimeter or the milligram. He's on that level. I would feel bad for anyone that just wings it when they're cramping bullets.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
No, dude has like jeweler's glasses and stuff. You know those glasses that jewelers wear?
Oh yeah.
I have one just because it's cool, but I have nothing valuable.
But no, he's right. It's dangerous, and I would never, like, I can make my own shine a little bit, and I make soap and things like that, but I would never fool with anything like that. That scares the crap out of me.
I asked him about the danger of it, because I thought it would be like a pipe bomb because you're pushing down on black powder, but it's not. You're not compressing that black powder that's in the inside of that casing. So he was telling me that the danger level is incredibly low. I took his word for it. You know, he's the one sitting at the bench, not me.
Well, he won't have to worry about it if something goes wrong. You won't be there to sue him.
Wouldn't sue him. I don't get the sue part.
Oh, here if someone loads your firearm for you and something goes wrong, we have muzzle load season and things like that.
Yeah.
And if somebody mishandled, it's just like if someone mispacked your parachute.
Right.
There are laws about people. You can sue them, and well, the remaining family can sue them. But
right.
Yeah, those are like I thought it was all over the U.S.
But at the same time, I wouldn't be buying other people's stuff. I would pack my own parachute and load my own bullet. So. I
see what you're saying. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
That's all good.
I misunderstood you.
All right, you guys want to see that video of the 50 cal exploding on this poor bastard?
I don't.
I've seen it.
I've seen it.
RW, have you?
I'm going to just like close the screen because I don't want to see it.
He lives. That's him after, right there.
Yeah, so that's cool. I just don't like that type of stuff. So I'm on a different tab just so you know when it's over.
Well, I don't want to play it if nobody wants to see it.
Someone else might.
All that has to happen is you want to see it, and you could play it.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it. All right, here we go.
What happened to me that day?
Still probably going to sound brutal.
Oh! Jesus! Holy
He's lucky he's not dead.
Totally.
So when I
Very.
Very lucky.
Yeah.
He almost got there.
And I was just listening to it, so I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Yeah. He's lucky he's
Did you
not
guys-
dead, but
Did you guys ever
I'm
watch
still
Roadrunner
watching.
and Coyote growing up?
Oh hell yes.
I have to admit that I did.
I did.
Hell yeah.
They were kind of like role models to me, so.
Yeah.
But
I think what she's saying is that's what the actual injury would look like. Roadrunner and Coyote seem to bounce back right away, no fucking problems. But
I was the
Yeah.
psychopath who rooted for the Coyote.
That's special.
I bought stock in the Acme company.
You were the businessman. With their fast delivery, you knew they were a winner.
You can't help but feel bad for him. You just every once in a while you'd wish he would just catch him because you felt so bad.
Aha!
Like just catch him just one time. You know?
He caught him once,
No.
but only for a short time.
I think there was a time he caught him, but the Coyote was actually off of a cliff. He had him, and he looked down, and then he let go and dropped like 17,000 feet.
No. This is one where somehow the Coyote gets this gigantic robot that he gets in and drives.
He must have built it from Acme.
He must have built it from Acme. And the robot takes giant steps, and the Roadrunner's running, but the robot's catching up, and he takes the robot hand and he grabs the Roadrunner. He's got him in the hand.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
And then?
So I forget how he ends up getting away.
Oh, that's a cliffhanger. You can't leave it there, man. Come on.
I don't remember. It was I was a kid.
You're a tease. You're a tease.
I'm sure you could look it up on the internet. When the Coyote catches the Roadrunner.
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh damn! Now my bluff's being called. Did I imagine the whole thing?
Don't play it, RW. We'll have to look at a different browser.
I think I'll try and handle that one. At least
the trauma.
Until he's about to grab the bird or something.
All right, 141. Here we go. Can I play this, or will I get copyrighted?
No, just play it.
I don't know.
What happens?
Warner Brothers comes after you this far into the future. They're hurting for money.
I don't care. I really don't care. I mean, it's a Friday night stream. It's garbage. No offense. Thanks for being here, everybody.
This is like a highlight of my week. This is not garbage at all.
Same here.
No, I didn't mean that. That was weird. It's totally shit. What's happening? This isn't. Where's the fucking giant robot?
I don't see it.
This.
I have a black screen. I can handle this, Adrian.
All right.
It's fine for me. Oh!
He's gonna hit a wall. What's gonna happen? Oh wait, the Roadrunner got bigger, running through the pipe, but the Coyote stayed in it.
Well, this is not what I'm remembering.
Nice.
No, you got the wrong one.
Oops. False memory. Really? He's gonna fancy out? He should just take a toe.
That was pretty good. Whoever did that was pretty good. Yeah, this isn't as good as the giant robot. Okay, yeah, is this fake? What is this?
No,
Is
I
that
remember
dude?
that one.
What was that?
It wasn't
I
the
remember
only
that
time
one.
he caught him.
Yeah, sir. There you go.
I don't remember the robot, but I do remember that one.
All right. Do I have to do some Googling?
Now it's a debate you have to defend yourself on.
I know.
That's right.
Your honor is at stake.
I'm concerned that I imagined the whole thing.
All right, I got
No,
it now. He's about to catch
I'm
him.
in no way trying to impugn your character. I believe wholeheartedly that the actual footage exists. I promise.
I don't even believe it so much anymore.
Excellent.
Right,
I
here
gotta
we
go,
go.
guys. Yeah.
What?
I'll see you later.
Alright.
Go.
Take it easy. I hope everything goes okay.
All right, Aphid. shit, he had to leave? Okay. See you, buddy.
Y'all, I've got to go too.
You're staying.
No, I got to go.
Okay.
You're gonna stay. No, don't you dare.
What's going on with you, Ashley? Chickens come home to roost? What is it?
No, I've got a daughter who has cerebral palsy, and I've got her on my monitor right now, and she's fine, but she's starting to fuss.
All right.
But
Okay.
I've probably got 10 more minutes before she turns into a steam engine, but she's just
So
bored.
you got 10 more minutes then? Okay.
No, go to her now if you want. That's
I'm
okay. I'm
joking.
sorry.
It
I
seems
was
like a
just
valid
busting
reason.
chops. Yeah, I'd say the most valid of all.
It is. but
David's
she's
reason
just
probably
bored.
wasn't that
She's
good.
not in distress, and she needs to learn to self-soothe.
What is her age?
She's 12 and a half.
Okay. And
lately she's been liking Weird Al Yankovic, so she's been in there laughing most of the time I've been on here with you.
like aluminum foil.
That's adorable.
Weird Al is definitely worth getting into.
Well, she got into him because there was a Dylan, my son. I have a teenage son too. He's perfectly normal except that he's a teenage boy.
Yeah,
but
that's
he
rough.
asked me what did you listen to? Like we were talking about songs he listened to between like ages 10 and teenage years. And he said, "Well, what was on the radio when you were my age?" And so I showed them Thriller by Michael Jackson. You know, the Thriller.
That changed music videos.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we all knew the dance. We all knew the dance for the Thriller, and anytime there was a school dance, everybody was dancing.
Right.
But
oh yeah,
then
I just did it.
Yeah, and then we got the song. It suggested "Bad." And
yeah,
then
bad. You know it. Well, chum on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chum on.
And then it
Chum
suggested
on.
Weird Al's "Bad" or "Fat." I'm fat. You know,
Fat,
Weird Al
yeah, fat.
parody.
That was pretty funny.
And she fell in love with Weird Al Yankovic, and she's been watching him now for a week.
That's cool.
There was, for a while, Thriller was the greatest selling album in history. It has been passed.
Oh.
It has been surpassed by 2 albums.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Please
Okay.
don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Okay.
Is it Lady Gaga?
I don't
No.
Is it like Lady Gaga or something stupid like that?
Well, I forget what the one that's number 1 is the Eagles' greatest hits.
Really?
Oh, that's not so
I
bad.
know. I passed Thriller by because I guess Thriller, ran
I
up.
thought. What about the Dark Side of the Moon?
That's way up there. I don't know if that's number 2 or.
I have more respect for the Dark Side of the Moon than the compilation album of the Eagles.
Yeah, that's what bothers me is that it's a compilation album. I just shouldn't be counted.
That's
It's
like
just-
wow,
here's the
2019 being that album.
Just people too lazy to get all the albums.
Here's the thing, nitpickers. If either of you two fuckers were listening to that the Eagles' greatest hits album, you'd be like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not denying
another
it.
banger," because they're
I'm
all
gonna have to
fucking
listen
awesome.
to it because I only know so many songs, so it would actually be an
Dude.
experience, a
It's
learning
got a
experience for me.
On there, it's a banger, dude. I mean, it's a fucking
Despite
banger.
Despite the critics, I love listening to the Eagles because when back then they layered so much sound and made it sound so full on like 8 tracks.
Oh, yeah.
And it sounded like a symphony almost of different voices and different instruments and things. And I never understood that they could get it to sound so full on just 8 tracks.
Yeah,
You could
you
hear
look at
every
the song.
individual.
You look at the song Seven Bridges Road, which is all
Oh
acoustic.
God, yes.
It's
Yes,
absolutely
I love that
beautiful.
one.
Absolutely beautiful. Great harmony.
Yeah.
And great guitar. It's just a great. It's like them. They're world class. They're a little bit too polished sometimes for me. They're not gritty enough sometimes, but they're still incredible. And I give them an A all the time because they're fucking class, you know.
No, that's,
I just like.
We see,
I like it a little dirtier.
Anytime we see a historically famous group or individual, my son will turn to me and say, "Mom," and I'll say, "What?" And he'll say, "Did they sell their soul, or did he sell his soul?"
The only Seven Bridges Road on Spotify is Live 1999 Remaster 1 and 2.
That's not bad.
I don't know that one.
So there's 2013 Remaster, and I wouldn't think they'd be that different, though, right? They're just... A remaster is just as the technology enhances, they go back and try again with the new technology, right?
I don't know. I listened to the one on YouTube that's like from the live album, and it's spectacular.
Oh, so okay, it is live. It is meant to be
You
live.
can hear all the background noise of the audience in that one. The one that
Right,
he's
that's
talking
the
about,
one.
you can hear the audience.
That's where the guys are screaming, and there's been criticism all over the years for the people in the audience shouldn't have whooped and hollered. I think it's awesome. I love that.
It is.
Fuck
It
yeah.
is awesome.
But
You've got good headphones, and you feel like you're there.
yep.
So that's one thing I definitely don't have.
I don't think I knew that.
Wow,
about
that's a
Smoke.
hell of a concert, Steve's wife.
Yeah, I don't think I knew that, or if I did, I forgot it.
You're definitely going to have trouble going to another concert and be like, yeah, this is good. If you start off with something like that, everyone else is screwed.
No. Dylan
Yeah,
asked,
right.
my son asked me, he said, "Why did you stop going to concerts? You used to love them so much when you were young. Why'd you quit going?" And I said, "Well, because of, what is it, True Tone, or is it, what's the software they use?
Auto-tune?
Auto-tune, that's what it is." And I said,
Oh,
you
yeah.
go see them live, and it's so disappointing, and you wasted your money, and it's just like, oh.
Goon, you should use Auto-tune some night when you're doing your live session.
Yeah. Then I can sing along, yeah.
I think they can use Auto-Tune live now.
Are you
They do.
serious?
I'm serious. They do it.
Yeah.
They do use Auto-Tune live. Some
Yeah.
of them do,
Oh,
some
my
of them
God.
don't.
I've seen it on a
Ta-
Snapchat filter, so I know it's possible.
Taylor Swift doesn't, but people like T.I. and all these other like more hip hop type ones, they'll definitely be rocking the Auto-Tune or AI, because it's AI influence on the voice. You know,
Well,
is actually what
Call
it
me
is.
an old geezer, but I
bullshit.
reject that.
I
I
agree.
do too. I'm not a
Same.
geezer. I'm a female, but I reject that as well. It sucks.
Do you also reject AI art?
Well,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
so
yes.
far, yeah. I
Yes.
mean, I wouldn't ever be interested in AI art.
To me, it depends on what they're trying to pump out. Not just like make a person, but make something and just see what comes out.
I mean, I'd be less inclined to buy a comic book if it was done in AI than it was
Right.
hand drawn.
It cheapens it. It really cheapens.
No, I'm not
Yes,
saying
it
you
really
want to go and
does.
buy
Yes, you're right, Ashley. It cheapens it. It
It's
doesn't feel
possible.
like art anymore. It
It's
just
possible
feels-
though that all the artists will benefit because people will pay more for it once AI art becomes prominent.
Well,
I don't
you
think
have to
so.
think about-
I don't. You mean
And
just by the novelty of it being human art?
Yeah, but I mean at the level of buying real prints, not prints, real paintings and drawings, at that level of
yeah,
art.
just buying shit like no.
The problem
but
is-
even like something like buying something like disc plates and stuff.
How do you think these-
that you hang on the wall?
How do you
I
think
can
these
totally see
AI?
that they would do AI stuff?
How do you think these models are built, though? They're built by ingesting the art of actual humans.
Yeah,
They-
photography. and
They
art.
basically steal it.
Yeah, it's an amalgamation.
Yeah, but
So
art
it's
is
something-
completely
Yeah.
evolving. Art is completely evolving. So are they going to be stealing from the current, but only the creators are going to be more modern? And also,
That's a problem.
What is going to end up happening is the AI is going to be creating the Twinkies, and the artists are going to be creating the custom cupcakes for, just for a comparison. You know
Now,
what
which,
I mean? Like,
but
It was
what
an
if-
interesting comparison, but I understood it.
which one do I want?
that that seems logical. That seems logical, like a logical line of reasoning. But in truth, what you see with these kinds of things is that they reduce the IQ, the artistic ability of the public and the traditional artists. Like when
I don't know.
postmodernism came.
I
When
don't know.
postmodernism came, it was awful. Everything is ugly now. It's like when you got rid of those standards, everything just suffers. Okay, for example, you've heard of Grammarly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back in 1 minute.
I may actually use it.
Oh my God. Well, Grammarly has. I've seen people in my personal daily life that when you read a correspondence of theirs, or when you read a text or an email of theirs, they seem intelligible and intelligent. But then when you meet them in person, they can barely string a sentence together.
Yeah, they're a fucking idiot. Yeah.
They're inside the matrix. The Chat GPT is the evolution of Grammarly.
Well, and it's like they'll get through. Your brain surgeon will have conducted his education with Grammarly or some similar algorithm or something.
I can see it in other respects where like somebody's trying to write a comic book, let's say, but they're shit at art, and they don't know anybody who can do the
It will open up the possibilities for that person.
Why not get AI art? Describe what you're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
And when it comes close, they can write the bits to that.
There's less human collaboration.
They're a writer, not an artist, and it's difficult to hire an artist.
As a musician, you should understand there are people who are tone deaf and can't keep a beat. Yes.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Should they? Now, don't get me wrong. They may be a wonderful writer, and they may have lovely artistic ideas and concepts for songs, but that doesn't mean that they can play those songs and should receive credit for the playing of those songs.
Or ever touch a guitar. Some of them should never even touch the instrument.
Right.
I don't know.
So I'm really good. I'm really good at wood carving. I would never try to sing or paint. I suck. I really
not
suck.
Even while you're wood carving. That sounds like depressing. You should at least sing when you're by yourself.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what everybody else in the world will do, but I don't think I will ever have an interest in any kind of AI generated art. I don't care if it's music. I don't care if it's painting. I don't care if it's anime. It won't interest me.
But the thing is, you might not even notice it. There'll be AI fucking Twitter accounts or X or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But there'll be things out there that you won't even notice at some point.
Well, if I don't notice, then I don't care.
Thank you. No, it matters.
So you just don't care then? Right, this wasn't written by a person; it was written by an AI.
My girlfriend is not real.
Oh God!
I've been sleeping with my hand for 6 years. What are you trying to say?
No, I've told my son if I ever catch you with one of those AI girlfriends or those little, chat girlfriend things that you make, I will beat you to death and then bring you back to life and beat you some more. I'm like, that's not happening.
Beat you with a spatula.
No, we say I will beat you like a redheaded stepchild.
I'm going to go for an analogy here, and it's not going to be 100% accurate, but I'm going to go for it anyways. We have had in our lifetimes a thing called elevator music.
Oh,
that's
God.
Kind of like AI. It's just kind of in the background, and nobody's interested in it. It's still people make money off of it. But you're not, Goon. When you do your show, nobody asks you to play elevator music number 31.
Well,
they will now.
Yeah, they will now.
No, they won't, because nobody will be interested in it.
But there's a difference between using it that way and using it in a way that, like I said before, somebody that wants art in their comic book, but they can't do it, but they can write. So as long as they can write, they can write a fucking AI, like image.
Every time I say something like that, I know I'm wrong. So
I'm not saying
No.
you
I don't
can.
think
No,
you're
no.
wrong.
I
No,
love what you're saying. It's just that,
what I'm saying is that literally
AI is a bitch.
me, Last Dance, won't be interested in it, but I bet a lot of people will.
No,
Well, I'm sure it will become
I
in vogue
hate
and
it.
become the rage.
I'm more interested in it as I'm watching the anomaly grow, or whatever they call it, the singularity.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you're interested in it as a spectator of the thing.
Yes.
Not so much. You're not interested in the music. You're interested in looking at the reaction the music garners.
Yeah, I'm not interested in its services of entertainment. I'm interested in its current awareness.
No, I think it's got amazing things, especially like graphics and stuff in video games. AI is a fantastic thing. Don't get me wrong. I just think it can be used in shitty ways, basically.
Well, I certainly don't object to being used as a tool, in the hands of an artist.
Yeah.
That's what technology is
But
for.
what would you class as nice? I mean, somebody that's can only write but can't draw or something like that, and needs that AI to do the drawing part for him.
It's just another.
When you write a piece of, do you write your own music? Do you have any original music?
Yeah, Goon.
I have, yeah. No, I've written my own.
Okay. Do you use AI to do your drum track, or not AI, but do you do drum tracks when you can't find a drummer?
I've tried to, and I'm very bad at it. And no, I didn't use AI.
No, I didn't mean AI. I'm sorry. I didn't.
I mean, no, but I tried to do it myself on like a keyboard.
Fruity Loops.
Yeah, sort of.
Fruity
yeah.
Loops, yes.
No. I actually did it on a pad, like going and just doing it in my hands.
Do you use the pedal do you play live and use the pedal?
Yeah, kinda.
Do you have a board that you have all of them pre-recorded on, so you can have drum backing?
Oh
and
no,
stuff like that?
nothing like that. No. If
well,
I'm doing it
there's
live
people that
with
do
my
that.
live streams, it's totally different. Like a lot of the songs like choose the tones and stuff for me. But if they're wrong, I will change it. So
Oh.
Well, they only choose the guitar tone, which he's saying, which would be minute differences in types of distortion, reverb, chorus, basic.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that Guitar Master was the pedal. I didn't realize that the program actually you're plugged into the program and you weren't doing any of that.
No. I do have pedals and stuff, but
but what you guys are saying is that program is actually the one that is.
It can change, yeah.
Okay, that made it even cooler. I didn't know it could do that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
If you're a one piece, but you want to go play, if you want to engage a gig that might require.
God, if I did something like that, I would learn gypsy jazz or something, because it's something you can play on your own. Though you can't turn up to a gig and start playing fucking Van Halen on your own, can you?
No. But a lot of people.
I haven't heard the term gypsy jazz.
A lot of people will show up with their pedal programmed and play a guitar or something like that and sing, while the pedal does the rest, the backing track and everything.
Oh no. Yeah, no. I mean, when I used to play live, like I had a band, I had a singer and a drummer and everything else. I couldn't do that on my own. I'd be so embarrassed.
Yeah, and a lot of
I feel like one of them people that's got like the harmonica in the mouth, like a fucking acoustic guitar, and like a drum on their back, and they're just stamping their foot like dun 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 dun.
No, dude, no. Like all you're doing is singing and strumming the guitar, and the pedal's doing the rest. The pedal's providing the bass track and the drum and everything. You're just singing and strumming your guitar.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds to me like either you're talking about one of two things: completely fabricated background track, or something that the person who's playing put together. And they might also be using a looper. I know you know about loopers.
Loopers, yes.
Gooner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they might have a pre-assigned drum beat, and then they could throw one bar, they play the same bass line, and then they can repeat that bar over and over again. And the same with like a 4-bar rhythm track on the guitar or whatever.
I've seen people doing it with one guitar, just like doing like hitting, and that's like the percussion. They record that, and then like they'll go in with something else.
Yes, exactly. It's a loop. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yes.
When it changes,
I
when you
wish
hit the bridge,
I was that good, Ashley. I really do.
When you hit the bridge or the hook or anything like that, you can change it with your pedal buttons. It's actually easy. It's really easy. But
I'll tell you one thing.
I don't have one of them pedals, but I really do want one. So
I'll tell you one thing. When you see a guy who's playing by himself without a looper and he's doing it by himself, or maybe with one other musician, no looper, I consider it to be much better, and I prefer it. I really don't like loops. I don't like loopers for live performances. I like them for rehearsing songs.
I think they're amazing because you can add percussion to your own track.
No, that's cool. I think for playing at home, yes, but I think for playing out in public, I don't like it.
Public, no, it's great. You add more. You add some oomph to your song. I don't think it's a bad thing.
I don't like it. Ever have.
Why don't you like it?
I mean,
why don't? I'm curious the mindset up against it.
I think it's fake.
Okay.
Well,
if you can't have it in operation,
you're actually playing it and then looping it and then playing something else in the same timing. You've got to be in time as well.
I know that.
I mean, it's not that easy.
No, I know all that.
And you got to know what loops is what and where to change it and stuff. I think it's great.
What I'm hearing is collaborating with other humans at the same time is a better gig.
What did you say? What
I'm hearing is it sounds like collaborating with other humans live in a group band is better than a solo act.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing.
I mean, I like the solo act.
If you're only a solo person, I think that using loops and stuff is amazing.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
So good.
I've seen them sounding great.
And it's talent. It's not just some person going, pressing a button like a DJ or something. No, they're playing it, looping it, and then going, right, I'm going to play
I guess
a bass line over it and then loop
my complaint is if there was a 3-piece, say there was like an organic drum set, like a half set with some bongos and blah, 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 a cymbal or two, and a bass player and a guitar player who was also singing with the bass player backing him up with no loops, no nothing, all pure. That's impressive to me. That's 3 people playing instruments, singing. One guy doing it with the looping is cool. It's just not my preference. I don't know. Maybe I'm the curmudgeon.
I mean, I get it.
I would agree with you 100%.
It's not It's not easy though. That's what I'm saying.
No,
I agree with you that
you're saying it's not.
I couldn't do it, and I can play pretty good guitar, so I appreciate that. The talent involved with it is.
Yeah, Goon's saying it's not cheating.
It's not cheating. It's just not what I prefer.
It's just exactly. I'm just, I'm someone when I hear live music, I never liked it to sound too much like the recorded version.
So what Last Dance is telling you, Goon, is he wants you to make a whole song on a loop track and make a music video with completely nothing but artificial intelligence art.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
That's
exactly what I'm saying. Thank you. I've been trying to find the right words. RW found them for me.
I'm here for you, buddy.
Appreciate it, man.
The funny thing about that, RW, you say it as a joke, but if somebody actually took those words, put together something awesome, it could be awesome.
Yeah.
It's not like we're saying AI, that shit, no fucking way, no way. I would love to be entertained by it. I'm just talking about this small microcosm of my lazy ass actually getting off the basement chair to go to a concert. I would like to see it organic. When I say organic, The music on stage is played by the musicians that are on stage and nobody else.
Yeah,
but I'm not opposed to the use of
you
the
say
AI.
that. I remember watching a guy called Ronnie Size. He's a DJ, right? He's just like drum and bass. Do you know drum and bass?
Of course.
Right. He did drum and bass, but he had a drummer and a bass player and stuff behind him and a singer. But he still like did decks and stuff. So is that cheating?
Hell no.
No, I mean, well, but he's on like digital media and stuff. So
That's fine. No, I never brought anything like that up. Linkin Park had a DJ in there.
Mr. Han.
So what is wrong with somebody just sampling their
No.
tunes live
His instrument is playing that loop. That's totally cool. As well as Limp Bizkit. I'm a huge Limp Bizkit fan. They had some great spinning going on there on the decks, dude. I love that shit. Nothing against that at all.
Would you guys rather go to a concert or a coffee house and listen to an acoustic set? Do you like the big show or do you like the small set?
Well, why don't you put it this way? Would you rather see Bob Dylan in a coffee house, or would you rather see name the biggest band right now?
Lady Gaga.
Let's go with something we would like. Let's say Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam in Dodger Stadium.
I like Pearl Jam.
Oh my god.
I like the live small sets. I like live
Pearl
small
Jam. Let me change that. Pearl Jam at Wrigley Field or Bob Dylan in a coffee house. Last dance.
Bob Dylan in a coffee house.
But you had to think about it.
Well, I'd love to see Pearl Jam anywhere, including Wrigley Field, but I'd have to go with Bob Dylan in a coffee house.
Well, let's ask
a
you.
coffee house would be a more intimate setting.
My answer is Bob Dylan also. But if it was Pearl Jam in the coffee house and Pearl Jam in the stadium, which one would you see?
I've already
Coffee
seen
house.
Pearl Jam, so I kind of want to see Bob Dylan as well.
I agree. So let's just get Ashley's answer for the Pearl Jam versus Bob Dylan question.
You didn't hear me?
No, we were all talking.
Well, around here, I didn't explain this a while ago. Around here, Bob Dylan is a dirty name. You want to talk about John Denver? That's cool. Any of the other folk type singers from that same era, that's cool. But nobody around here likes Bob Dylan.
Oh,
okay.
Is it because when he went like electric? Yeah.
No,
I'm
no.
more Billy Joel than Bob Dylan.
Because everyone hated Bob Dylan when he went electric.
No, it's because he's a dirty liberal scum. Come on, guys.
Yes, it's a politics. It's a politics and cultural thing.
I mean,
they all hate him.
He's probably less liberal than John Denver was.
I thought he just wasn't that good of an artist. That's my reason. It wasn't.
Like
I just never got into Bob Dylan. That's never my thing. I knew who he was my whole life, but I never got into his music.
Man, he was hugely influential.
With the older crowd, Beatles. When you talk about Beatles, you can't mention the unmentionable, the Yoko bomb, because he was considered a traitor and someone unclean and a commie and all this other stuff. You got to be careful. It's like I said a while ago. It's like religion. You know, when you get to talking about things like that, people get angry about it, or you get kicked out.
It's easier to have faith in music because it's more tangible. Sometimes.
I don't know. I think it's because it changes your brainwave.
Well, Yoko sucked. She broke up the Beatles.
No, she didn't break up the Beatles.
Right.
Have you seen the videos of that?
Music does affect the mind, Ashley. I just want to say that before you guys go.
When that bitch was in their recording studios with her fucking sullen face, her ugly sullen face.
That was bad.
You've seen the fucking clips,
I've seen the clips, but there's no way that she broke them up. They were.
Dude, I would have been like, if I was George Harrison, I'd have been like, no fucking way, dude. We're the Beatles.
I kicked the hornet's nest. Oh Lord, I kicked the hornet's nest. I knew it. I knew it.
I agree. She had no business there.
Dude,
I thought Aleister Crowley broke up the Beatles.
The Beatles broke up because they got older and they went their separate ways.
No, they broke up because of that bitch.
They did not. No.
There's
It's
no
pretty
other
much concluded
possible
now.
reason on
I
this
shouldn't have
planet
said anything.
that they broke up.
Oh no.
No.
She was a foul woman, and she is a foul woman to this day. And shit, I mean, aside from her losing her husband, which I assume they were actually in love, but I mean, that's the only thing she's famous for, is being married to one of the great, I don't even know how to describe them, but just human beings. He was controversial. You love him, you hate him. He had so much going on. He was a member of the Beatles. He was what he was. He was John Lennon, you know? But she certainly didn't earn any fucking cred by marrying him. That's my big beef with her, man.
Well, we're chock full of conspiracy theorists here, and I'm one of them. But the general consensus here is that she's disliked, and he is disliked, because she was an operative who was charged with holy purpose of subverting public opinion and public, all of his followers and all of the people who thought he was so great. She was supposed to turn the cultural wave toward. It's a whole conspiracy theory about how she was.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Sorry, I need to get off. But yeah, no, they're both waste of spaces. Fuck them. I
love it.
Good night. I love you all, and take care.
And thanks for the show, Random Goon.
Hey,
Goon.
Random.
Yes.
Drink
Actually.
some Pedialyte.
What?
Do you guys have Pedialyte in Britain?
Electrolytes.
No.
It's
I've got some electrolytes. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah.
Drink it.
He's concerned for your drunkenness, brother.
Oh no, I know. I'll be fine.
He'll be fine. I guarantee it.
This is about par.
Good night, you sexy fuckers.
See you,
All
buddy. Thanks for being here. Random Goon, everybody. He's the man. And every Friday evening, he does a wonderful stream on Twitch under the name Random Goon. So please go there and follow him, and you can see him next Friday. And I will see you there.
You can make requests.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Songs you can have in play.
I treat it like karaoke night. I love it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Really?
Dude.
Yeah.
And
you can just make random requests and he'll just play what you want?
Yeah, I mean, no one will hear you sing. You know, that's a good thing sometimes. But
there's a big list of music that you can search to find stuff that he can play.
Millions of songs.
Okay.
RW, I figured you were one of the droids from Star Wars. That was your name on there, right?
R.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Fairly clear. Did you figure that out, Last Dance?
I did not.
Oh.
Do you get it now?
Sure.
You don't get it.
He was our. I mean, I know now.
You got it. Wow. Well, all right. I'm just checking on the old memory. Seems like it's still working, old boy. You're all right.
Yeah,
You're all right.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. If you want to test your memory, was C-3PO's leg a different color?
No.
You are correct, sir. It was not.
Why? The question is, why was his arm red?
I never saw the red arm.
His arm was red because there was another android he was trapped on a planet with, and it had acid rain, and they were enemies, and somehow it worked out that the other droid sacrificed his life so that C-3PO could escape and survive, and he kept his arm out of the process. There's a lot of backstory to that arm.
Boy, I didn't know that.
See, I never saw the red arm. I only saw the different colored leg later on in life.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was thinking a very, very different thing. Sorry, not the leg.
Okay.
No, I never saw the red arm.
Red arm.
I thought I was going to have to go in, but she's still asleep on me.
Oh, cool.
I'd like to talk about your experience with your daughter, and if you're willing to have that conversation.
Oh God, why?
Well,
because
I would like to I'd like to add in some things.
It's just sad.
I have some knowledge on some things that I feel like might be beneficial to you. Some people might be shocked by the suggestion, but have you ever considered any forms of cannabis to assist in your daughter's disability?
Of course.
As in CBD, THC.
All of the above.
Yes.
Have you explored that option and possibly talked to a doctor? You can get a card as a caretaker.
I understand that, but you have to understand that in Kentucky, while it is widely grown secretly, it is still not acceptable by law, and you can barely get CBD oil here. Barely.
Right, yeah. North Carolina is, we can get CBD, I'm pretty sure, but it's still very poo-pooed.
It is. And it's like I said, a lot of people grow it secretly, trying to avoid the feds. But
I mean, there's a scenario where it's too bad you don't have at least medical to have the option to try a plant as a solution to a disease.
Well, that's contrived. That's pharmaceutical. That's the pharmaceutical companies. That's contrived. That's intentional.
Now
I understand.
There is a brand that will send to all 50 states. CBD. It is called high potency, so it does have I would call minor to medium amount of THC in it, and that seems to be overlooked by the inspectors. This brand is called Lazarus, and the product is
brings you back from the dead. Okay.
The product is called high potency full spectrum. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I do believe that it could help you, and it could help you immensely.
It makes me. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It makes me think of a movie I watched many years ago called Lorenzo's Oil. Did anyone here watch that?
The name sounds familiar, but no.
There's I don't know if he was a scientist or what, but his son, something happened to his son while he was a child, where he became like almost comatose, and I don't know if it was seizures or what, but he worked out olive oil to a certain. He worked olive oil a certain way, and in the end, so that when he put it in his son's mouth, who was basically comatose, it brought him back to life. So to me, like the whatever's in the oils, the medicine, and I'd have to watch it again to get that information a lot better. But I don't disagree that CBD is a healing agent for certain scenarios. I have not tried it personally.
There's a friend of mine who moved out west, I think Colorado or someplace like that. Now, they had a son. The reason they moved was because their son was epileptic. They moved specifically to get access to what you're talking about. They picked up and moved. And my daughter, she has cerebral palsy, but her injury occurred shortly after birth. And it's really complicated what happened, but she was injected with things that caused an autoimmune reaction. And her hemoglobin died her hemoglobin died very quickly, and there was not enough blood within her to carry oxygen. She was transfused twice in the first 3 weeks. And we are O negative, so that was really difficult. And she suffered brain damage from the lack of oxygen during the anemia. Now, not one of those individuals who injected her without my signature and permission have ever come here to help me change a diaper or give a bath. She is 5 foot tall, and she weighs 95 pounds now. And
if you'd be willing to message me what that was and what was injected.
I don't care to tell you. I didn't sign the NDA, so I can tell you if I like. But it's very touchy with some people, and especially medical professionals. They get incensed. They get angry.
My background is biotechnology, so I'm just curious.
Okay, the 3 things she was injected with was, of course, the traditional hepatitis.
Okay.
The second one was a flu shot because she was born in December.
Okay.
This is what I was told. I don't think the flu
this
shot
was the cocktail at once?
Yes. And Well, I don't know if it was multivalent or if they were injected separately. I wasn't there.
But in the same event, okay.
In this event, and then there was a vitamin K shot, which I later learned had a black box warning on it, a black label warning.
I'm not familiar with the vitamin K shot. I'm not sure why they do that.
The reason for the vitamin K shot, I was told, was that there is a tiny percentage of infants who are newborn who lack vascular, what's the word I'm looking for? Stability. And they are prone to bleeding and hemorrhaging. I looked up the statistic. It's like 0.03% of infants are at risk for this. And they're giving out
and
the vitamin
how many
K.
people are at risk for vitamin K?
0.03.
No. Not for the disease, but for the side effects of a vitamin K injection.
That's taboo. You're not allowed to ask that question.
So there's no statistic on that. It's just unknown.
Guys, I'm gonna call it a night.
It's good to see you, Dance.
It was very nice meeting you and talking to you.
Oh, it was nice meeting you. Great talking to you. I hope you come back and join the pub again.
I don't feel like I contribute anything useful.
What? It's a pub. You say what you want, and we enjoy having you. That's how it is.
We need to have a drinking game where if somebody says a certain word, everyone has to drink.
We're all drinking anyways, except RW. All right, take it easy, Smokesteve.
Can you hear me?
I can.
All right, dude. Thanks for being here.
All right.
Peace.
Yep.
Later.
I had some moonshine earlier, but I can't get too sloshed where I can't function, or I may, something may happen and I need to have some faculties. I can't do more than a buzz.
We got a new tiger in the cut. Greg Topple, if Topple joins in, this thing will keep going. Topple's great. It's fucking
keep us
awesome.
going. Keep us going, Topple.
Good day, Top. Wonderful to see you, my friend. Hey, Ash, we have another sip of shine, and I don't know, whatever. If not, don't have a sip of shine. I don't care.
I would be sipping shine, but I can't. My body can't do it anymore. My kidney gets bad. It's not by choice. It's by no choice.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with a guy who was epileptic. He couldn't even have caffeine. He was always the DD, the designated driver.
Right. Your designated driver had epileptic fits. Oh, that's rolling the dice.
Hey, we're not scared. We're rednecks. Yes, but no, he was the only one that could be trusted because he couldn't drink because it may interfere with his medication.
Right.
But no,
I had a friend growing up that was on. I'm curious why my friend was epileptic when I was growing up. And the medications they had him on were like all experimental.
Ooh. That's
it was interesting. Yeah, I'm glad he grew up and everything. And I don't think he has seizures anymore. Or if he does, they're very, very, very rare. So I'm glad it's something people can grow out of.
Maybe it worked.
Maybe it did.
Well, no. The guy I went to school with, he is now our county attorney. He handles all the public defense and things like that. He had times when his episodes were worse growing up. But then, after like 25 or 26, he stayed on the medication for years, but he's been off of it for over a decade and has had no seizures. So it's like when he finally was done growing or whatever, they just cleared up. And his medication wasn't experimental.
Mm-hmm.
Is folk medicine still accepted more in your area? Because for my area, I feel like I'm the only one studying it, even though I live around older people.
Just a generation ago, it was commonly accepted, and the medical facilities were distrusted. But since the Xers were born, and then you get into the millennials, all of a sudden, we're all bowing at the waist in front of all the medical facilities. And
but that started over 100 years ago. It's interesting that it took to the millennials to really set it in place, to believe what they were being told.
Only here locally, though, has it been so. Okay, you got to understand, before digital media and quick communications came along, everything was slower to get here. Fashion, foods, trends, TV shows.
You didn't have same day Amazon delivery?
No. Like, when you're watching, did you guys ever watch Fairly Odd Parents?
Maybe once.
Okay, the kid in Fairly Odd Parents, when every time that those fairies grant a wish and his parents or someone says, "Where did you get that?" He goes, "On the internet." Every time. And none of us got that joke here because nobody here was getting anything on the internet. Very few people even had internet here then. But it was apparently a big deal. It was a running gag because you can get anything off the internet, but not here. But
Right.
recently that's changed. And you have my mother, she's a boomer. She worships doctors. If someone says they're a doctor, she instantly starts bowing at the waist. I mean, it's ridiculous how much faith that she had, and it's baffling to me. I can't.
What do you mean by that?
How,
I don't know what you mean by bowing at the waist.
In supplication or in worship, it's. I'm sorry, that's a colloquial term. It's a regional term. I'm sorry, but it means in supplication or in worship.
So she's like kneeling, bowing in reverence.
Yes. Yes.
She's saying she worships the system.
That's
right.
Odd.
She thinks she idolizes doctors and pharmacists. My brother made her so proud he became a pharmacist. And he made her so proud. She loves him. Like, you would think if you heard her speak in public that she only had one child. Because he's the only one she ever talks about. But I was 14 when he was born, so I kind of helped raise him a little, and I'm very proud of him too, don't get me wrong. I'm very proud of him. He's awesome.
There's definitely an age gap. I mean, that's so old enough that you're not interacting with that sibling very much.
Well, no, mom was older when she had him. She was very sick, and she missed the whole first year of his life being in the hospital. His first words, his first steps, all that stuff was witnessed by me, and she got very upset because my stepfather, her husband then, thought it would be funny to have him call me mom in public when he started speaking. And though I did not like it and did not encourage it and told him, no, I'm sissy, when mom first got out of the hospital and she heard my brother do that, it broke her heart.
Yeah, I can see that being a bad experience.
But no, both my parents divorced when I was a month old, and I'm the only full-blooded sibling. They've both remarried several times and had several children. I have a lot of half-siblings, a lot of step-siblings and half-siblings.
That's a very different upbringing than myself.
You come from a traditional family?
Yeah, I mean, three generations deep of one marriage and no divorce and stuff like that. I'm not judging that divorce. I'm just saying it's very different.
Oh, I would never take it as that, and I'm not sensitive about it. What about you? What kind of family did you come from? Oh,
she's asking you, Steve. She's asking you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I came from the Catholic. My mom died young. She had cancer, and it was a somewhat tough. Whatever, live and learn. It shaped me to who I am now. And
did your father remarry?
Oh no, he never did. He had a few girlfriends, and they have since died, and he's still alive. He's kind of he's the true old soldier, He's awesome. But yeah, so that was my upbringing. Catholic, Irish. And frankly, I've basically renounced Catholicism. I don't have any connection to that. So,
well, my next question was going to be, was that awesome or was that awful? I guess you answered it for me.
My life was awesome, so everything was fine. It was great. I had a great upbringing. Good.
That's good. You had an awesome upbringing.
No, I have
Everybody's got traumatizing stuff. Every person has some kind of traumatizing crap from their childhood.
From the ages of about 10 to 16, my mom was dying, and then she died when I was 16, just going into 17. So,
oh God,
I would say that was
when everything is
traumatizing.
so awful. Yes,
Your mind's
that's
rather
the time
developed
of your life.
than you.
Well, it's the hormones and things. All the hormones make everything so immediate and so horrible and so all-consuming and world-shattering, and you there's no perspective. That's the worst. That's the worst time, in my opinion, to go through a traumatic event, because everything seems so horrible, or so even a minute detail can mortify a person at that age. God.
Yeah, totally screwed me up for a long time. But hey, what are you going to do? Everyone's given different cards in life, and that was one I was dealt, and I dealt with it accordingly. And it's a long time later, and I'm a father now, so it's in the past. It fucked me up, but it's in the past. That's all I can say.
Is there any understanding to where the cancer came from?
Probably smoking.
Okay.
She ended up getting bladder cancer, and the type of bladder cancer she got, we came to find out, was attributed highly to smoking cigarettes.
Did she die from chemotherapy, though, or a treatment, or did she die from the cancer?
A combination of when it metastasizes.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to help you. Sorry.
Exactly. You know what I mean.
It's metastasizes.
Yeah. Right. So it went in all directions: kidney, liver, lung, and then near the end, it was detected in her brain. So she had it was I was there when she died, so it was a serious. If I could say anything, it was the most heavy moment of my life, and nothing will ever match it, as far as I know.
Of course. I don't think there's anything that could come close to that unless you had a child die. That would probably be worse, but because your parents are supposed to go before you. But
I think
that would be
true.
That would be that would be the most horrible dregs of the deep that you could go through as a kid. And the whole family.
If you had a child pass away, you definitely have a right to talk to God in the end, even if you're going to be thrown in the lake or whatever. I mean, that's like an experience where it's like, really, that was a fair experience. I think we need to talk about that.
Right.
Well, I'm very spiritual, but I'm not traditionally religious. But I am technically a Christian, and I have some arguments and some cross words sometimes over Miss Ellie, over my daughter. I get angry sometimes because, man, she sure didn't do anything to deserve it. I know that for a fact.
Right. I mean, where the fault lies, but no, I'm not saying he's where the fault lies, but in the end, it's like if something created all things, then in the end, are they responsible, or is it the person that wronged you in this case?
It's free will that's responsible, and there are such things as just tragic accidents where lightning struck somebody, or there are tragic accidents, children playing and one of them falls and breaks their neck. I mean, there are tragic accidents that no one actually caused, but 9 times out of 10, it comes down to the free will of someone. I mean, and if he takes the free will of that person, you don't get any either. So you've got to. They're like, why did God let this happen? He didn't let this happen. It was from someone's decision or someone's action or inaction that made it happen. And
well, I would disagree with your statement. I think that he did let it happen because free will is a thing, but at the same time, it could have not been. It could have not been allowed. I believe that the ability to stop things from happening is also happens. Not all the time. Everything is allowed to happen.
Because of my weird background, I have immense belief in the human will and the human intent. and the results it creates. Let me say it that way. That's the most gentle way I can say it. I think that when you get a bunch of people together praying, or when you get an individual with an exceptionally loud bout of rage who's exceptionally driven, that those things can affect things either positively or negatively. They can affect people and outcomes and things like that. So,
Steve, do you think? Sorry, I'm just curious. Do you think that prayer alters reality?
I think it's human intent or human will during prayer that alters the reality.
I would probably say no.
Okay. Do you think that in a seance that there's spiritual result from that activity?
No.
Okay.
I think that the things that happen in our consciousness, in our current reality, however you want to describe it, are only affected by the actions immediately around them, or possibly in a secondary effector on them. You know what I mean? Like the things that have an effect on something affect it. But if you're trying to tell me that there's some sort of a supreme overlying energy that has an effect on something, I would disagree with that.
Okay.
Just to I see where you're coming from. We all three believe completely different things. But now, Steve, be honest. Be honest. Are you an atheist, or do you just hate Christianity?
Well, I was raised as a Catholic for 18 years of my life, from 0 to 18. And then I went off to college, and I never, ever developed any hatred for Christianity, and I was raised as a Christian, as a Catholic. And in fact, my relatives are all Catholics and Christians, and mostly Catholics. But I consider Catholics to be Christians. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes, of course
Christian,
they are.
Christ,
Definitely.
they worship Christ, the Son of God. It's more or less, there's some ambiguous things when you go between the religions, but Christian is Christian, right? So.
Right.
I would disagree.
But yeah. Oh, you disagree?
All right, we can revisit that momentarily. But anyways, I have since renounced Catholicism because of my disgust for the Catholic Church, as it revolves around the molestation of young boys. Some of them were fairly close to me in proximity to growing up, and I could have been one of them, being that I was an altar boy and being that I put a lot of faith in the religion of Catholicism. Sadly.
Well, now see, here's where I think that traditional Catholic, well, I don't want to call it traditional. Here's where I think that Western Catholicism should take a cue from Eastern Catholicism. They're allowed to marry and have families, and I think that that's perfectly natural. I don't think that the potentate of any religion should be celibate.
Right, because that's not biblical.
Well, it's not, and it seems like it breeds mental illness and fixation on things they shouldn't be fixating on. If they were allowed,
you're completely right. They should be allowed to marry.
In Eastern Catholicism, what's it called? Not fundamentalist. It's something else. It's another word I'm looking for.
I believe it's called Orthodox.
Orthodox. That's it. Orthodoxy. In the Orthodox Eastern Christianity or Catholicism, it's not frowned upon to have a family, or for the potentate or to be engaged in a family and making a family. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there thinking that's the model that they should be following, because what they're asking them to do, or what they're demanding that they do for their own salvation, seems ridiculous, and it seems like it would want to breed mental illness. And you put all these altar boys in front of them, and they've gone their entire lives and not ever been allowed to marry or have children, and
or even otherwise, Ashley, they understood that they would have access to these youths, thereby taking the cloth as
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Like the predator is drawn to the watering hole. I see what you mean.
Correct. That's what is thought that happened through this Catholicism, and it's absolutely insane. I mean, RW, you're going to give us an argument against priests marrying?
I'm not going to argue against priests marrying. It's biblical for. I mean, there's one of the disciples that spoke against having a wife because it distracts you from your obligations. Mark, one of the four gospels. I can't remember which one at the moment.
Mark,
I thought they all did.
I don't.
They all did.
But the point is, it's not against. I mean, if you rob a man of a sexual relationship and that type of feminine energy, that whole experience. Yeah, I don't know. That would be a lonely. I don't know. I don't know how that works out. I chose not to walk that path. I think it would cause problems.
You mean a priest being able to marry?
I think it would cause problems if he wasn't allowed to.
Wasn't allowed to. Good man. I like that. Good man.
But
yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, why would you restrict a human male from their natural urges? Aside from some label that was created from essentially nothing.
Well
no,
I mean, it's darker than that.
The ideal that they present is not really practically achievable. You can't be a participant. I mean, you can have any amount of cognitive dissonance than you can stomach. But you can't claim to be in a religion where they impress upon you that no human is perfect and you will never be perfect, and then expect the potentates to uphold that ideal and claim that they have some sort of, I don't know, monopoly on holiness, and that they're not going to be subject to those temptations. That seems a bit ridiculous to insist that all human beings are imperfect and then hold up certain ones as perfect or able to resist that temptation.
Infallible.
No one else can. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for, infallible. And I'm kind of the school, and you guys may not agree with me. Well, I know you don't, Steve, but I'm kind of the school. I've read the Bible through several times from several different editions. The edition I like most is the Geneva Bible. And the one I have it's called the Founder's Bible, but what it is it's an edition of the Geneva Bible. And from what I can tell, it seems like in the beginning that the Creator, if you believe in such a thing, wanted a personal relationship with humans. I mean, he literally said, make them take off their sandals and come in. I want to commune with them. And they were all like, no, Moses, you and Aaron deal with him. We're not holy enough. Our faces will melt off in like a Raiders of the Lost Ark episode. You guys go deal with him. You're holy enough, and you bring his message to us. And I'm sitting there going, wow, okay. God says he wants to commune with you, and you kind of reject him out of fear. What is it that you're afraid of him knowing? He probably already knows.
Well, I mean, but they've also just been in the pagan Egyptian upbringing, and what the gods were and all of that. Not so much that, I mean, there's the aspect of being sinful and being guilty and not wanting to face your judge, but at the same time, there's also, what did the Egyptian god religious system teach people how to be in the face of God and all that? I don't know.
Well, the polytheism is not hard to get away from. And I had a discussion with Hollow the other night and this is what I said, I'm not traditionally Christian. I can't go to any of the churches around here believing how I do. I don't believe in the rapture. You wouldn't believe the hate I get here for that.
Well,
I don't believe at all in the
it's
rapture.
all good, right?
Well, no, the guy that interpreted those phrases that he claims supports the rapture was
He's a Jesuit.
Well, he was in the late 1800s. He was
Rivera.
Hugely famous. Yes, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this doctrine has only been around a very short while.
Well, let me educate you some on that. I'd like to help, and this is going to be maybe disrespectful because it has to do with the Catholic Church. But the Catholic Church wanted to counter the Reformation and they created the Jesuit order. And one of the belief systems that's very popular today amongst the churches is the rapture, and that was created by a Jesuit named Rivera. And another one,
yes.
And another one at the same time was another Jesuit that taught. They take the Daniel 70-week prophecy and they created two new beliefs. One that throws it into the future so that you don't see that it's happening now, and another one that throws it into the past so they think that it already happened, so that no one pays attention that there is an Antichrist power happening right now. You know, because the reformers were the ones pointing them out, saying they were the Antichrist, and so they were like, okay, we need to stop this from happening and get everybody back into the church. And that's
so you think there's an Antichrist going on right now?
Absolutely.
No kidding.
Antichrist, anti is like an antipasta. It means in the place of. So who is actually, by their own title, in the place of Christ right now?
It would be hard to say. I think there are multiple individuals.
The Pope.
No.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going.
No, it ain't the Pope.
Vicar of Christ.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Well, the Pope, if you're saying Antichrist, the Pope is too benign to be an Antichrist.
Is he?
Isn't he?
Did he receive an injury, a deathly injury, and come back from it?
That was, and I believe that was during the French Revolution when the Pope was taken off the power throne. And when the time prophecy that I believe in is that he was taken off the throne.
Mr. Killer.
Taken off the throne in the French Revolution, and he's working way back to it, and he's almost right back to it. They were in like the bottleneck of when he's about to be the leader of the global order.
Okay, I see. I think I kind of see where you're going.
What was the word that you used? Benign, or what was the word you used, Steve? But what did you say?
I think you said.
I have to look that word up for what it means.
He's too benign to be the Antichrist. Yeah.
Benign means having little or no detrimental effect. I highly disagree with that.
Yeah, I do too. Because and this is another unpopular opinion I have. You know, people get to talking about Trump and Biden. In my opinion, hang on, she's woke up. She's laughing again. In my opinion, all people who seek that level of whatever they're into, whether it be government or religion, all people who reach those levels are dirty in some way. There's some kind of something somewhere of whatever flavor that it doesn't necessarily make them degenerate, but it makes them questionable over your average citizen. And because you have to have a certain amount of how can I put it? You have to have a certain amount of evil in you, or not evil, but the ability to do bad, to fight your way to that position to begin with, a certain bit of predatoriness to even get there.
But also, I believe that to get to a certain level of power, you have to be allowed.
That's true too. I'm kind of disgusted with that I'm forced into two parties here, and both of them are this last few times I think have been different, but in the past they've both been. Okay, I have a friend.
But why are you forced into the two parties? I don't understand why you're saying you're forced.
Well, okay. If you look at me and my beliefs, or not religious beliefs, but political leanings, I am closer to a libertarian. Now, understand, I have a daughter who is completely prone and helpless, and I'm glad that there is a system there that's supposed to take care of her, but I don't believe that it works very well. And I feel most times extremely capable while my health still holds before I get too old. And I feel I'm more of a libertarian in my beliefs. Now, 10 years ago, I was told that I was a stodgy far-right person and that I was a religious nut and, told by the left or by liberals that I was too far-right. Well, no, not really a zealot, but too conservative.
Okay.
And then now, though, I'm told by the left, whom I used to be considered a part of, that I'm a far-right extremist and a danger to the government. And I've not changed my beliefs.
Are you talking about more than just the conversation the other night on Drone Tech server?
Oh, dude, I'm not connecting with you. I don't know what you mean.
Killer, there's an individual that in the server that was calling out people as terrorists.
No. He's
Yeah,
not
she's not talking about that.
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I have an uncle. It's my maternal uncle, my mom's youngest brother. He works for Homeland. He lives in Virginia. And when my grandmother died and we were all in for the funeral, I can't tell you, it was probably at least a dozen times where he looked at us and just, we weren't having any, the conversation seemed innocuous to me. But he would look and just be like, or shut up, or leave the room, or I'm leaving. You know, he would say things like that he wasn't supposed to be hearing this, or that we needed to shut up. And I'm not sure exactly what he does in his position.
Well, in other words, your phones were listening, and he didn't want to be GPS pinged next to you.
Was that it?
You know what? I'm thinking about ending the stream, but I'm gonna keep this conversation going here.
Okay.
No, dude, I'm sorry, Steve, but I've got to. She's in there. Can you guys hear her?
I mean,